Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome. How's your Sunday? If it's Sunday where you are, if it's not Sunday, well, it's not Sunday. It probably feels like Saturday. But if it's Sunday and you feel like Sunday, people, please share us out. Okay, I'll get the banners. Share us out, please, people. I'll do the same thing. Oh. Share us out, please, people. I'll do the same thing. Oh my god, is there an echo in here? What's going on? How is everyone? Okay, one sec. I just gotta get to my profile. There we go. And then we can start to share. How is everyone going today? Oh, wait a sec. Share us out, please, people. I don't know if I got the right intro. I just didn't see. But let's see. Share the group. There we go. Hello. Comments, people. I'm just sharing out. Just thought I'd go live today. So let's go to share. So how is everyone? How's your Sunday going? You having a good Sunday? Is everyone having a good Sunday? Good? Good? Awesome. Okay, just sharing out, people. Okay, now where am I up to? Ah, that one. Okay. Just sharing. Okay. So what's been going on, people? What's been going on? What have you been up to? Okay, just sharing. Okay. Still sharing. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay. So, how we got today, people? How are you going? How are you all going? You having a good time? You're not having a good time? Or you come here to have a good time? Ah, that's good. That's good. Okay. I'm still sharing out. So what's everyone been up to? What has everyone been up to? Has everyone been good? Okay. Yep. Now I'll just change that around. Okay, people, I'll start with a group reading for the collective, and then I'll go who I'm drawn to. Also, if you want to donate for an extended reading, just let me know. I'll put that up. I'll get that thing up. You know that thing that you put up? Okay. That thing. I didn't mute the tab. Sorry. I usually got headphones on. I think I muted the tab. I hope I muted the tab. Okay, just posting. So, who we got there today? Anyone? How's everyone? Okay, new tab. Cool. All good. So, how is everyone? What are you doing this Sunday? Is it warm where you are? Is it cold? Is it raining? Is it not raining? I guess it's either one of the two. It's either raining. Yeah, put in if it's raining or not raining. It's not raining here. It's raining a bit yesterday. It's a little bit cold, but we're in winter. So that's okay. Okay, let me just get. Oh my God, I got too many windows open. That's okay. That is okay. Okay, that is okay too. I got plenty of room to open windows. Okay. Well, I see that one there. I can go up there. So, who we got here? Say hello. Say hello, people. As I get started, I'm just started up. I was just thought I haven't done a live in a few. Well, I just thought I'd come on. Felt like coming on. Is that okay? No one's got any complaints about me coming on doing readings? No one wants readings? It makes my job easier, you know. I can just sit here and make get some more pumpkin soup. I made pumpkin soup this morning with asparagus in it, onion, asparagus, all sorts, chia seed, and chili. Always chili. Served with a dob of sour cream. Just a little bit of dob, you put sour cream in it. So all homegrown pumpkins. Man, I had a big season growing pumpkins this in summer. I got like 2 big shelves in the cupboard just full of pumpkins. Okay. So, if you could just share us out, people, that'd be much appreciated. If not, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's all good. No judgment here, unless you're into that sort of thing. Okay. So, what have we got for people? What have we got? So, I'll start with a group reading for the collective. Then I'll go from there. Okay, so this is a group reading for the collective, so take what doesn't resonate. Oh, wait a sec. I've got to just look. That's what I was doing. I have to put in hopefully that. There we go. Hello. Hey, Kat. What you doing? Okay, I'll start the group reading, Kat. Hang around. Might get lucky. Might be able to give you a reading. I have a few freebies to give away. But if you want a guaranteed extended reading, I can go as in-depth as you want. Please donate any amount just to exchange of energies. Buy me a cup of coffee. Anything will do if you've got PayPal. If not, sit back and enjoy. And if I get to you, I get to you. Okay, a group reading for everyone. So, people, look, times are shifting, energies are shifting. Look, things are never going to go back to the same in this world. This world has changed forever, but that's okay because it's not about the world changing. Is when we get into it, we manifest and project this reality. So, at the moment, it always comes back to us. But at the moment, I've got the Water Guardian. Get in contact with your emotions. And I've got the last card is a survival card, which is absolutely fascinating. Okay, but what this is about is like when the Water Guardian, this is about getting connected with our emotions. And what we need to do is we need to see the relationship between our thoughts and our emotions, because if we feel sad, it doesn't mean we are sad. Everything is a vibration, everything is energy. So even same with thoughts. These thoughts come in, and 90% of the thoughts, 99% of the thoughts that come into your head aren't even you. Okay. They're not even you, but we feed them, we take them on because they all want attention. And when we give it attention to, energy grows. And when energy grows, so if we focus on something that's sad and we give attention to it, our energy goes into that and we feed it and it grows, and it can get overwhelming. So this is a time where we step back and take the third person at the moment in the collective and go, okay, why are these thoughts coming up? Because when these thoughts come up, it usually shows that we've still got an attachment. We've still got attachment to something. Okay, so when our emotions come up, because I've got the Earth Mother in front saying, feel loved and comforted, because when she says this means that means we need a reminder. We're not feeling loved, we're not feeling comforted. I'm doing my head in with this. Okay, we got all these things happening, but look, just get in contact with your emotions, because if something keeps coming up, we have to ask ourselves why it keeps coming up. Okay, we have to ask ourselves why it keeps coming up. These things come up to be dealt with. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to deal with them or not, but just be mindful of the emotions. Okay, Find out why they're coming up, because when there's repeat offenders in our thought patterns and our emotions, this is a big hint for us to dig deeper. Okay, because they keep coming up because there's attachment or there's baggage that we're carrying on. These things come up to be resolved or to be acknowledged. Okay, so it's very important that we get in touch with our emotions. But, I got the Fox Spirit down the bottom, the Fox Spirit saying, trust your talents in changing times. Fox Spirit saying, whatever's going on, you're going to get through it. Okay, we're going to get through it. How we get through it is up to us. Okay, and the main action card for the collective reading is, hey, Caroline, you bored? You want to come on? Grow within your current situation. Okay, so we've got the same things that are coming up all the time, the same emotions, the same energies. There's something there for us to resolve, or there's something there for us to detach from. There's something there for us to look at. Okay, which means everything happens for a reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to exercise that right to just go a bit deeper and find out what that reason is. Okay, so we can dislodge it, we can heal it. We basically have to we have to heal these things to help us detach from them. Okay, there's all modalities serve a whole range of purpose in healing of oneself. Okay, with the ultimate goal being letting go of it, not carrying it with us. Hello, Amanda, how you going? Okay, so people, I got the wise one saying grow within your current situation. So this is saying exercise the right to find out. Okay, because what happens, it's really hard. We all do it. Something comes up and we just go into our thoughts and we go into our emotions and we feed that and then we get all overwhelmed and we take it on board, and it is very overwhelming. Okay, it is very overwhelming. So that's when we have to get out. That's when we have to exercise that right. Because here, what is that? Look, under the main action card, the wise one, grow within your current situation. I was just talking about healing. The cards come under a time for healing. Okay, because as things shift, a shift in vibration is we don't want to be dragged down. We're gonna lighten the load. Why do you think they call it enlighten? Okay. So enlighten isn't about going and picking up 1,000 modalities and getting all these tools. These tools serve a purpose, and when we get a new tool, we use it to do its job, and then we put the tool down. We put it in the back shed. We don't carry all our tool cases. I mean, I do a lot of handyman work, and I don't want to carry all my tools with me. It will drive me nuts, and I'd spend all day lugging around heavy stuff. That's why I got a ute. Okay, so people, it's a time for healing right now, but the healing doesn't just happen. We've got to exercise the right. We've got to connect with our emotions. We're going to go deep, and we're going to look at ourselves, and we're going to go deep within, and we can get assistance for that. But we have to heal. We have to lighten ourselves, okay? Because we have all this stuff hanging on to us, all these emotions, all these memories, all these thoughts. Okay, enlightenment's about lightening that load, okay? Because we don't need to. Because what we do is we become less efficient because we're putting all our energy into the past and into something that wants to take our attention. So, okay. So, that was a great reading for everyone. Take what resonates and what doesn't resonate. Give to Amanda. She's there. Okay, Kat. Kat. How are you going there, Kat? Kat. Are you there? Are you there, lovely girl? Are you there? Yeah, okay. Looking at friendship. Okay. Yeah, not a problem, Kat. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look what comes up. Okay, because something will come up. There is always something that comes up. Okay, Kat. What I might do, Kat, I might just quickly do some profile cards and find out where you're at with that and where they're at with that. Okay, let's start there. Ooh. Well, Kat, look, where they're looking, there's a lot of stuff they're hanging on your friend is hanging on to their past. Okay, there's a lot of this goes back to earlier on in their life where something's happened and they've what happens is we take on certain thought forms or we do certain things, okay, to protect us as we grow up, to survive, and these things serve a purpose. But what happens is we get what happens is we carry these thought forms and we don't let go of them. So what happens is later on in life, we're still in defense mode from something that happened way back in our childhood. And this is happening with your friend at the moment. Okay. Yes, they are being bullheaded. Okay. They're from their perspective. Okay. There's been something there where they've triggered a nerve. And it doesn't look like, okay, this has hurt them. They feel hurt on a level. Okay, regardless if it's you, if it's them, whatever perception it is, okay, they've created this big story at the moment, Kat. They've created this big story around what their perception, okay, and they're hanging on to it at the moment because they feel wounded, they feel hurt, and so they've created all these stories and all these stories in their head about I used to this, that, said that, that's happened that way, and they're not interested. They've created all these barriers around them at the moment, okay, and that's not going to be reached, okay. So then they might need to take time. They might need time to just go off and do their thing before they come back. That's okay. But on your end, you've got things. Hey, things should be this way, okay. And you're still struggling. You're still struggling to process and absorb what's going on now because you've gone into reaction mode. It's hard with friends. We go through all sorts of things, and sometimes we got to move away from friends, okay, while we work out our own stuff or they work out that stuff, or sometimes things are just run the course. There's an old saying, reason a season a lifetime, okay. But at the moment you've got things worked out. Hey, it should be like this, it should be like this, okay. There's some stuff that you don't want to look at about your friend, you don't want to see because it hurts. Okay, they got their walls up. They think they're right, and it's just created this big yucky situation at the moment. But I'm okay. You got to give this time. You got to give this time. Okay, time will heal future. People need to process, and sometimes something just triggers us, and something comes deep within inside of us. And we make the wrong choices, and then sometimes we just need that time. Time heals all, they say. Okay, because as it goes further on and further on, it's just no longer relevant. Okay, so at the moment, you need to really start giving some time and giving some space and get out of your head about it. Okay, because all we do is we create more stories, and there's on both sides. I've got, especially on their side, they're doing all this overthinking, all this overanalyzing. They're creating heaps of stories right now. Okay, and this is what we do. We create walls, illusionary walls, and it's not and this they're more worried. Sometimes it's just not worth it, but they don't want to budge at the moment. Okay, so they don't want to budge, Cat. So it's time to. You just got to. There's nothing you can do. You just got to let it. You got to let it go. You got to let it sit. Yeah, well, I see, but at the moment, look, you got to hold that space in your head. This is mine. So when you find those negative thoughts, I've got the Druid card. Hold space. This is inverted. This is talking about. Okay, this is talking about. Okay, when these negative thoughts come in and you start having those conversations in your head, letting them go. Why? Because that's manifestation. So when you get, so one thing that I try to do is when a thought comes in your head about someone, this is what you do, Kat. You say to your head, you say, "Damn you, head, I'm not going to deal with this thought. I'm not going to deal with this person until they're in front of me or till they present themselves." So if they ring you up, they get you on Messenger, or they come and see you, then you can deal with it. Until then, let go of it. Push it out. Okay. Let me just check your energies for a second there, Kat. Kat, how do you know much about chakras? Do you know much about anything like that, Kat? What do you know about there? Hey, Tina. Hey, Simone. Okay, do you do any spiritual work, Kat? Because our chakras, we have a whole energetic body system, and what happens is just below our heart, there's a yellow chakra energy center called the solar plexus. Okay, this is really heavy. This is really heavy on you at the moment. That means you're getting pulled. You're getting pulled into this story. You're getting pulled into this friendship. Okay, so what you need to do is what we need to do is get onto YouTube, Kat, and type in cutting cords with people. Okay, this is where we go in and we detach them from our energetics. Okay, and it doesn't mean we're gonna never see them again. All it means is what happens is we've still got that hooks and we've still got that energy pulling us. That's when it comes into our head all the time and creates more issues, energetic issues. It creates more issues in the mind. Okay, so it's really important for you to come and clear your energy. So look up cord cutting on when you get off this. Go and put the headphones on, do cord cutting, close your eyes. There's some simple ones that take 5-6 minutes, and just go through the process. Okay, and clear your energy. Okay, and this will just don't be surprised if they text you, because they might feel it. This doesn't separate us from it separates them from our energy. Okay, and as soon as we talk to them again, we reconnect. As soon as we start thinking again, we reconnect. But it's a lot easier if we clear our energies and keep our energies clean to think with a level-headed. Okay, and it's really about you creating that space to be level-headed and just acknowledge for things for what they are, because sometimes these things happen, and regardless of how things were in the past, regardless of how things in the future, this is something for you to just to you really need to just come into that acceptance right now. Okay, and just things, it is what it is. Okay, we can't take back words, we can't take back actions. It is what it is. And as soon as we can accept that, then it's easier to go to that clearer space, and if there needs to be something resolved, it can come up in the future. So this is about you being positive at the moment. This is about you in the mind, lightening the mind and going, okay, it's okay. It's okay. This is just what's happening. This is meant to happen. Everything happens for a reason, Kat. This is meant to happen for you right now. Okay, so there's something to learn or something to see, and sometimes things get cleared out. Okay, but I see them again in your future, most definitely. But at the moment, you've got to hold that positive thought in your head and do what it is to focus on you in that positivity, that light, that love, and not focus on the crap, because this will make the healing process harder. Okay, so very time to get out of your head. And like sometimes, look, I got this card: be brave and honest. Sometimes we just got to be damn straight honest and go, you know what, this friendship isn't good for me at the moment. And sometimes we're going to cut ties, and it fucking hurts. It hurts, Kat. Sometimes, if there can be, sometimes the universe and times will take people out of your life because they're not meant to be there. Okay? Because sometimes people drag us down. Sometimes people lift us up. Sometimes people drag us down. But at the moment, it's about you being 100% honest with yourself on what you brought to the table. Okay, that means there's something there that needs to be seen, something about yourself, because that's what we do. It's not, they're not the problem, we're the problem. Okay, that goes for everyone. Why? Because we're our interface. We're the interface. They're not the interface. They're there. They are their interface. We are our interface. Okay, so we're to go within and get ourselves right. Okay, we're to fix ourselves. So we're going to be accountable. Okay, so I'm asking you to be accountable. I said the universe is asking. Yeah, it's me. It's the universe through me. Every way you want to look at it. Okay. So let's have a look. Quick future. Yeah, look, I've got inverted a tough cycle approaches. Look at the big picture, right? Believe in the impossible. That's believe in the impossible, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. These are inverted. Okay, what's in the middle is look at the big picture. Okay, time to get out of the story. Time to get out of look at the big picture of things, not at the surface level. Okay, because what we want and what's happening are two different things. We get stuck in our perception, we get stuck in the way that we look at these things, and it makes us hard to get the clarity. Okay, why can't we get the clarity? Because we can't see it from every angle. Why can't we see it from every angle? Because we're holding on, instead of moving around it and having a look at something, we're hanging on to something. And we can't move around to look at it from a different angle. Why? Because we're hanging on to the fence somewhere. And that's what's happening at the moment, Kat. So there's a lot to be learnt here. Okay, but you just got to let this play out, and you got to focus on yourself and have a real think about you and what you're doing. Okay, I hope that's assisted you, lovely. Okay, these things are hard, especially when it's our friends and stuff like that. It can do our head in and hurt in our heart, but that's okay. Okay, that seems reasonable at the moment, but learn solar plexus, cutting cords. Go onto YouTube and find something like that, and that will greatly assist you. Okay, love. I hope that's helped you. Here we got now Tina. What's going on, love? Hey, your readings are getting. I caught you a bit of your show in the car the other day. Your readings are getting good, Tina. You come a long way. Doing really good. Proud of you. You really seem to be moving really good. Okay. Can't comment to some distance. Oh, that's okay. Learn more. Okay, so who's... Hey, Kathy. How you going? Do you... What do you mean, do a spirit reading? What do you want to know? Are you home, Steffi? Are you still out and about? Just let me know. Just let me know. I'll send you the link anyway. I don't know where you are. I'll send it out. Yeah. I mean, I'm working tomorrow, and I got some putting more lead light in tomorrow, so I'll be working for 2 days. So I do want to go live. Like, did I just? Okay, I sent it to you and Cindy. Okay. Hey, back to bed, Penny. I thought you were there, and you're like, oh man, I'm asleep. You just woke me up in the middle of the morning with this bloody stupid group thing I was doing. You know. Yeah, well, Penny, that's just a group. So, like, if anyone's going live and they're like, "Hey, man, anyone want to go live?" It's not like, it's not, So add readers to it. So it's like when you you're like, "Hey, I'm going live in 5 minutes. Anyone feel like going live?" I'd be like, "Oh no, sorry, I've let you down." No. You can't sleep. Well, you want to come on and read? We want to see what your bed hair is like, because you got a lot of hair. You got does it go up one side when you get up in the morning? Kathy, you can just talk to them. What is it? What is it that you need to know, Kathy? Hey, Anne Marie, how you going? Oh, did I see your comment? Oh, you donated for Simone. Ah, Simone, you've been sucking up to Tina. Oh my God, you're her favourite. Where is Simone? Okay, Simone. A lot of things talk to me, and I ignore a lot of them because I don't know who they are and don't want to know. Kathy? Yeah, I get message, visions, smells, all sorts. It's all out there. All the time. So I take it on board and yeah, when it comes to the etheric and the astral, I'm not. There's so much shit in there that I'm like, yeah, I don't fucking trust in anything. I trust myself. Each to their own. But yeah, it can come through the singularity. It can come through. Yeah, I'm not fussed. Oh, nice, Anne Marie. All right. Okay. Let's have a cup of coffee and a cigarette with Marie, because that's what. Yeah, that's it. Get your cuppa and your ciggy. Sit back and relax, there, girl. If you want to connect with a loved one, Kathy, you can just talk to them. Just go into a room, meditate, talk to them, have that conversation. Okay? And you'll get prompts. You'll get words and prompts in your head. Sometimes you'll hear it as their voice, and sometimes you'll just hear it as your own voice, but you can still have that dialogue, and you can still have that dialogue because you're connected singularity to the singularity of the universe. Okay? It's actually quite easy to sit there and talk to loved ones. So, who's up? Where's it's hot tonight. What's hot tonight? I know. I was like dead the next morning when we did that live the next day after the karaoke. Oh, I was so dead. I think I went to bed like really late, early in the morning. It was fun. Yeah. Yeah. And when you connect and have that conversation, Kathy, look, you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt, because I've got messages from other people, from loved ones that weren't from loved ones. So you got to ask yourself sometimes. I'm not having a smoke. I'm just having a coffee. Hey, Michelle, how are you going? So, Tina, you donated. Where is your friend that you donated for? Where is she? Where is she? I'm sorry. That's it. Yeah, I don't always say hello. Sometimes I just pop in because I like. It's really good because I've seen a lot of people come you see them come a long way. You see them, you haven't watched them read for a few months, and you're doing the lives, and then I come and see you read, and I'm like, man, that was a great message. That was good. That was insightful. You know. So who am I reading? Simone, where are you? Simone. Quick, Simone. Otherwise, Tina's going to want her donation back. Ah, there you are. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Okay. Simone. Heart space. Big breath in through your nose. Hold it. Then out through your mouth. Okay, let's just come into that heart space. Hey, Jay. Okay, come into that heart space. Simone, cord cutting. Look, people, I keep saying cord cutting because it's really important, because we do a lot of what we manifest and connections that we have with other people comes from the solar plexus, and when we don't clear these energetic areas or look into how we clean these, spiritual hygiene, when we don't do that, then we get issues. We get energy blocks, because I'm getting energy is trying to come up and it's just getting blocked just around just the top end of the throat chakra at the moment, Simone. Okay, that's where there's probably some stuff. I don't know if you're going rah, 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 or to someone, but it seems to be coming down. But the block is in your solar plexus at the moment, energetically. Okay, and you do it all the time. Just get Simone, focus with me. This is what we do. Okay, just close your eyes for a second. Everyone can do this. Okay, you can do this to all the people that you've contacted today or in the last week or whatever, or the people that are coming to your mind. I just want you to picture yourself. I just want you to picture them standing in front of you, and see out of the front of just below your heart, just below your breast, right, just above your belly, okay, like ribbon cords connecting you to them and all the people, okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to reach down by your side and get a gold pair of scissors, a gold axe. I use a gold katana blade, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to take that gold scissors or the gold katana blade, take it now and see the cords, just picture them in front of you, and all the cords coming. Now what I want you to do is use that gold sword or that gold scissors, cut the cords in front of you, bring it around behind you, because they can come from the back and all around, and cut all around you, okay, with that gold blade. Now what I want you to do, okay, is there will still be some cords just coming out of you with no ends. Now what I want you to do is breathe in the white light, and as you breathe out, imagine all those cords dissolving and coming out of your body, just dissolving. Okay. When we do that all the time. We do that all the time to everyone, even the people that we love. Okay. Otherwise, we pick up on their thoughts, we pick up on their emotions all the time, and we create imbalances. And when we create these imbalanced people, these imbalances affect us in our mind, in our feelings, and all these other ways. So by doing some basics, and like the minds and the feelings, will put these chakras, these energetic systems out of balance, and same thing. So the more work that we do, the better it works. Yep. Okay, Simone, citrine for you. Go and get yourself a bit of citrine. Like I got tons of these things, and like the springy ones on leather. So I just, whatever crystal I need at the moment. This one here is Apache Tears, obsidian. What we do is we get things like that. You see the little spring ones. So when we're like, oh, we've got a chakra out of alignment, or we've got something we've got to deal with, or we need protection or more grounding, is we just pop one of those in there and we wear that for the day. Okay. Well, narcissism is just wounding. Okay. Look, this is a seesaw of people go like empath versus narcissist. Okay, well, technically everyone's a narcissist. Technically everyone's an empath. Okay, it's two ends of the seesaw. You got someone who's on the offensive, right? Someone wounded on the offensive, and then you got the empath at the other end that's taking it on board. Okay, the two woundings. They're both wounded. Okay. At different ends of the polarity, like the positive and the negative, the hot and the cold. We like to say, because we're the empath, we're doing the right thing, and it's the narcissist, but it's just their energy. It's just what they're doing. It's just their expression. We've got to get out that and go, when a narcissist, you just have fun with them. Have fun with them. Yeah. Yeah, because they go on the offensive and they attack. And Simone, a lot of it's learnt behaviour. They will learn it from somewhere, probably could be one of the parents sometime. You get one that's really bossy, and then you get one that's submissive. Okay, and you've got a positive and negative, and it can work sometimes. Okay, well, you know what? Don't look at the emails. Don't look at the emails. You know, and don't respond. Sometimes we don't respond. Sometimes they just want to vent. Okay, we don't have to take everything on board. When we choose to take it on board and feed into that energy, Simone, that's what happens. Is it starts to build, and then we get connected. Yeah, then we start to take on board what they're projecting at us, and then it hurts us because we've attached it to it's offended us because it's offended our ego and who we think about ourselves, and it's hard to be fragile. We take too much on board, and this is why we do. This is why we got to pull ourselves out of it, and we got to learn these things to escape the prison of the mind. Otherwise, we're in an energetic ecosystem, and we just get hammered. Okay, because when you got the same people having the same problems year after year, year after year, okay, we're all human. That's okay. No judgment, but you're getting hammered energetically. Okay, time to tighten up the energetics. Okay, should I pull you some cards? Did you? Night, Penny. Oh, you tired now? Did my voice send Penny? Did my voice send you asleep? Okay. Good night, Penny. Okay, Simone. Absolutely. Stay strong, Simone. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, but let's go one deeper, Simone. Let's go one deeper. Okay, and what I mean by one deeper, let's peel back. So instead of getting battered, we can go, okay, let's move forward. So let's play, instead of just going into defense and going, oh, I'm going to protect I'm going to shield myself. Let's go forward and go, okay, let's help you know yourself to rise your vibration. So what's getting thrown at you, more of it's not going to stick. We can do it two ways. We can back off and go, okay, this is going to hit me. We can move forward and go, yeah, look, that shit doesn't stick on me anymore. Like, because what happens is we acknowledge that your sister's being wounded, and then you got to learn to not take it personally and go, look, she's just having a little vent. She's just having a little Nani. Because the first card I've got for you is the Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. Trust in the unknown. Broken arrow in the middle. Okay. She is where she's at, Simone, and sometimes you just got to make peace with that. But I've got the Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. You're a lovely soul. You're a deep soul. You're a smart person. You know this. Okay, we know it. But what happens is when they do something, because the main card I've got for you is inverted. This is the Water Guardian. But back to that is what's happening is, okay, when I'm talking about honor your inner knowing, she is on her own journey, Simone. Okay, so she's gonna react however is she reacts. That's up to her. That's her journey. You have to make peace with that. So you say she's being a narcissist. Okay, she's being a narcissist. Okay, she's on the attack. She's on the fence. Now, Simone, these cards are saying that you need to get in contact with your emotions in here, right? Start working out in here. That is not is personal. She's going to get. That's her projection, Simone. So you've got to honor that inner knowing and go, wait a second, I've got to remind myself that she's projecting at me and not take it personally. And you're going to take it personally. It's going to come in. These emotions are going to come in and you're going to take it personally. Like, how dare I? And just remind yourself, okay, that's my ego getting offended. Whatever ego. Okay, yeah. That's, yeah. I know it doesn't make it hurt any less, but the more we remind ourselves, Simone, of these things, then when the thoughts come and the energy comes in, we can it's like a sink overflowing, and we're like, oh shit, the water's hot, it's gonna burn. Oh shit, this is fucking rah. This is water's going everywhere. Or we can learn these things about ourselves and go, okay, okay, oh yeah, and we start to panic and go, wait a sec, okay, let's turn the water off. Okay, let's look for the plug. It's too hot. So I'm going to have to grab a bowl and tip some water out into the next sink so I can get to the plug. You know what I mean? We just go through the processes, and we go through the processes, and this is how we grow. This is how we learn to develop ourselves. Okay. Because I've got the water guardian here. You know, connect. This is your main action card. Connect with your emotions, and this is talking emotions. So this is the universe saying, is wait a sec. This is the universe saying, Simone, it's time to understand your emotions, understand your thoughts and how they work. Okay, because this is so when these things come against you, you can go, okay, wait a sec, okay, I got to break it down. Okay, yep, okay. You're still going to get the feelings, okay, but then you got to. It's like you got to deconstruct it, and then what happens is these energies that are pushed onto you, they stop having power over you. You feel something come against you, you still go, oh, ow, okay, but let's deconstruct that. Let's get that out of my head. Let's balance that out. Let's get through it. Okay, so these are things that these are the things that the universe is saying is coming up for you now. So it wants you to go into that. Okay, understand yourself, because look, the broken arrow there is just saying you got to make peace with this. Okay, and it will only affect you as much as you let it. And sometimes, even then, when we heal these things, someone can say something. You go, "Oh, that fucking that stings." But then we just got to remind ourselves that it's just a projection. It's not our issue; it's their issue. Okay, so the universe wants you to really dig deep and use this as a learning experiences, learning this, you know, using this as an experience to learn. Okay, and to grow. Because I just pulled one. See, I said grow, and I pulled another card. Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. Okay, this is about the sovereignty. This is about you moving into your sovereign power, and we get out of victim mode and we start to get proactive, because we all do it. We all do it. We're all human. We're all caught in this thing doing what it is we need to be doing, and it can get quite overwhelming. Okay. Well, I hope that's assisted you, Simone. Thank you, Tina, for donating for Simone. Now, Simone, you can donate for someone. You can donate for Tina. Hey, Karina. Hello, Caroline. Why are you throwing at? Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, that's it. It's like training. You got to duck and weave the emotions and the thoughts. Like, almost stuck to me. Whoa, whoa, hate coming in. Whoa, you go past that way, hate. Don't want you. Don't want you. Okay. You coming on? Yeah, I might have a guess. Hey, Penny. Are you good? Are you good, Tina? Is it like, no, that's all right, I'm good? Or Tina, is it like, no, man, I'm good? Which one is it? Just raising you up. Just raising you up. Just raising you up. Oh, for a second there, Penny, I thought you were talking to yourself. Do I look cold? My hand's turning purple. Yeah, sadly, we're in winter at the moment. So it's like, okay, what's Fahrenheit? What's Fahrenheit? Hey, Cindy, what's Snaffy doing?
Probably making coffee.
Okay, you get that.
He'll
Just
be
when I see
alright.
Yeah, too easy. Bye. What?
Wrong button.
Wrong button. How convenient. Sorry. It's freezing in it's in Melbourne. What do you expect? That's it. And what you dissing Adelaide today? Going, oh yeah, we're all in the wrong state. Ain't going to Melbourne. Too stinking cold. Celsius. I think we got a top of 13 degrees Celsius. What would that be in Fahrenheit? I think it starts around. Let's see. So in Adelaide, it's like, oh my God, it's like 51 degrees. It's like 51 degrees. Your scale is really weird. It sort of goes on the Fahrenheit. And Celsius is just like a line. It's straight. Okay. So who's next? People. I've got a free reading to give away, courtesy of. I might as well. Cindy, you can do the number. Let's see if I got it here. I got it. Yep. Okay. So people pick a number between 50 and 70, and who gets the number gets the reading. 12 degrees. Yeah. What happened then? Okay. Oh. Hello, how you going? Can't hear you.
You hear me now?
Yep.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, that's why I wasn't coming on because I was still trying. Had everything unplugged and I had to replug it. All the settings were all out.
Okay. Oh, Tina, come on, really? That's the first number I would have picked. Anne Marie's got it. Okay. Anne Marie. Okay. Anne Marie, good to hear that you're in your new place.
You'll give me a moment to tune. Still settling, still drinking coffee,
Yep.
still. So I'll come into you guys in a moment.
You're definitely feeling lighter, Anne Marie. Okay, it must be good in your environment. Okay, but the heart has taken a beating over time. Okay, I would like you in your own time would be very beneficial for you to go one step further and look up some thymus meditation. Okay, it's just the coding of the heart because that feels a bit scarred. So if you can look into, just type in thymus meditation, which is the sac that goes around the heart, protects the heart. Okay, that's very battered. It'll benefit you a lot to do that meditation. Okay, to help with some of the scarring. You a little bit excited, Anne-Marie? You seem happier. Okay, look. For you at the cards at the moment, it's time to okay. It's time to move forward. Okay, it looks like some things have been helping you to move forward. Feels like you're in a better space. Okay, now, what I'm getting at the moment is now that you've come into a better space, okay, there's still a lot of old defenses around you. You know, battle scars are the way that you used to do things. Okay, and now you've come into a new space. There has to be some of these walls broken down. That's what's on the cards for you. Okay, you guides, whatever you want to call it. Okay, you've got that energy around you. Okay, to help bring in the healing at the moment. Okay, but to bring in the healing, first thing you got to do is drop your shields. Okay, this is when we come. We're going to drop our shields because we got to allow some people to come in. We're going to allow some love to come in. We're going to allow, we're going to allow some things. Okay. But at the moment, the first card I've got for you is Protection Guardian. Drop your shields, and this is inverted. That means you're still guarded. Okay. Because not the universe, I'm as a representative of me. Okay. What I'm getting is, look, I got the Choose Your Path card, the Direction Guardian down the bottom. This is inverted. So, and with the Sage card, be devoted and committed in between your main pile. I got angels there next to me. I got angel cards, healing, and it's all there. But the universe is asking you now, okay, look, now this is when we can just go about our business, or we can actually go, okay, maybe I should, now I'm in a better space. Maybe I can start taking some steps for me. So this is when we need to go. We need to realize how important we are as individuals, and we need to realize that, okay, now I feel like I've got more control and I've got a freer space. This is time for you now. The universe, not the universe. I'm asking you to come into the driver's seat. Okay, I'm asking you to come into the driver's seat now and get some healing happening. So this is a time to start breaking it down. Start breaking down some of these walls. Okay, not all of them, because they don't all fall down straight away, unless your middle name is Jericho. And even then, you got to march around them 7 times or something. Okay, but I got the Sage card, devoted and committed. Choose your path. So this is asking you to have a look. Okay, where am I going to go from here? Now I'm in a better spot. Where am I going to go from here? Because this is the perfect time for you now. Because I got the Snake Guardian, shed the old skin. This is inverted. So this is stuff that you're holding on to. Okay, this is how we lighten ourselves. This is how we heal ourselves. So we start letting go of the baggage. Okay, so which can be scary because we've been used to holding that space and using our defenses to get by in survival mode. So now the universe is asking you to come out of survival mode. Anne-Marie is saying, come out of survival mode, start to come more into that heart space mode. Okay, and you're going to have the universe is on your side in the moment. Okay, and me too. I'm on your side as well at the moment. This is a perfect time to start to repair yourself, Anne-Marie. The universe really wants you to really have a look at it at the moment. Okay, because there's still a lot of stuff from the past that you're holding on to. But as you start to drop the shield, start to just move forward and go, you know what? I'm going to make some choices to start to heal this stuff. Okay, this will free up a lot of your mind. It'll free a lot of your energy up, and it will start to bring you in a perfect space. But it's asking you right now. You have to make that choice for you if you want to start lowering those shields and start being devoted and committed to making the choices that you need to grow and move forward. That's what these cards are saying. They're saying, are you committed? Are you prepared to start the healing? Okay, because you've asked for this. You've asked for these experiences. Okay, So when you start healing and come out the other end, it's like, boom, mate, I've been through it all. Boom, mate, you're going to be gutsy as. It's up to you. Okay? So it's time now to work through your fears. Okay? Because that your fears is what's got this card inverted, holding those shields up. Okay? Okay, so I will just get you a happy card. Yeah, happy card. Happy card. Where's the happy cards? Here's the happy cards. Okay. And Marie, your happy card is... My God. See? You're going through a lot. This is... Check out this as... This is the potential that you can unlock when you do the healing, Anne Marie. Leadership. We lead by example, our words and actions, presenting a role model to everyone that we come into contact with. This card asks you to take ownership of your personal leadership qualities and align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with everything that you wish to see in the world. Okay? You want to see change in the world? Anne-Marie, be the change. You be the change. You be the power machine. You be the one they couldn't keep down. I hope this assisted you.
Before I say anything for a couple. You can hear me? Or you're on mute? Can you hear me?
Can hear you.
There you go. I didn't hear what Brooke said. He's going for a coffee, I presume. And Marie, I will not come to you. I just came in, so. But if you're still around later and I pick on you, I will. At this moment, I'll give it a miss for a couple of turns. Hi, Penny. Oh, and how are you, Penny? Okay, do we have anyone? Who's next? Brooke's gone. Let me try myself all in tune with you guys. Um, Interesting hours for everyone. And I've got 2 pennies. Hello, Penny Penny. 2 pennies. So how is everyone feeling the energies? What's everyone feeling? Yeah, there's 2 pennies here. There's Penny Evans and Penny L. So Penny L, I'll stick to. Yes, it has been a long time, Penny Evans. Hope you have been well. Penny L, as much as I'd love to give you a reading, um, it's not about giving you a reading. I'd be curious, more having a conversation. I think there's something more. I'm more curious about having a conversation with you and to see where you are for many other reasons. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sort of, yeah, for me at this point with you, it's more to, I'd like to just have a conversation. I want to see where I can go with you. There is things that I do see there with you, but I'd rather hear it than what I'm feeling and what I'm looking at. That's why the energy is strong, but it's so. We say the energy is strong. Actually, the energy is not strong. What is happening is it's breaking through that barrier which is preventing us from awareness of our natural frequency. So what we feel strong is more that it's just breaking away. The stronger you feel it, the more of a barrier you have in front of you. The more calm it is and the more easy it is with you, the less of a barrier it is that you need to get through. So as much as when someone says it's heavy or it's strong or whatever it is, again, the intensity of the energy is only the intensity of the barrier that one has for the energy to come through. Come on, Linda Rossi. Don't be like you're missing this. So yeah, it would. So Penny, yes, as much as I can speak and state, it's more. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, if you like, it's everyone has a maze in their mind. Um, Sometimes the paths lead to what we think is a different path, but it's always, if you're in the maze, you're always going to be in the maze. Um, Getting out of that maze and looking at the individual through that maze, because that maze is our boundary, what we break. Sometimes it comes out in a little, in ways that we don't even realize. And a lot of that has to do with more of the speech than anything else. So yes, I'd like to dig deeper at some stage. Anyway, you know how to contact me, and you know how to get to Discord, so jump onto
Have you got the Discord link?
that. And thank you for the kind words, Penny Evans. 2 pennies. We don't try. This is where, see, it's the terminology. It's only really, literally, it's only the terminology. The way we're speaking it is how we're thinking it. So when we alter the way that we speak it, it's not about changing the way we're thinking it. It also alters a perspective or a perception of what one is speaking. So what we think is a wall is exactly that. And when we understand what it is that we're truly speaking about, it doesn't really matter how it's spoken. It's not about what's spoken. So to break down what one calls barriers or walls is to realize there is no barriers and there is no walls except for the ones that you think there are. That's all there really is.
Tina, your happy card is it's okay not to be okay. When we feel low or having challenging emotions, we often feel bad about feeling bad. Okay, this effectively doubles as an emotional load. This card asks you to understand that your difficult feelings as guidance, highlighting that something needs to change. But and that's, you are entitled to seek support in this. Okay, because sometimes people. I was talking to someone the other day. How many of you people go and get healing work done? Like whether it be release work, energetic work. Because what happens is some of this healing work, you don't go to a healer and they do everything for you. I mean, depending on what sort of healing, but at a level is we go to get healing, and sometimes yes, we're here. It might be only healing an illusion or something on a superficial level, but it might just be helping you to dislodge something so you can process and deal with it, because you've still got barriers up against it. So it's very important, people, to go out and seek and try some modalities and try some healers and get proactive. And we spend so much time on our house and our car and our food. How much are we spending on our healing? How much are we spending on our energetic healing, our mental healing, our heart healing? Are we putting money and effort into that too? Okay, very important. Steffi's a healer. I'm a healer. There's healers in the audience. Healers all around. Okay, and we're all there. If you need help to be contacted. Okay, if you need help, because sometimes we just need that little. I mean, I go, yeah. I use a lot of healers. A healer of what? Sometimes we need to get a fresh perspective, or someone who specializes in something can be very, very important or very helpful. Okay. Just checking for donations. Oh, we have a donation from the lady that can't be banned. We're giving it too much power now. She actually bans us. We can't ban her anymore. She's in charge.
Penny, I'm certain Penny's still in Discord if I haven't removed her mistake, but I think they are both in this moment. So you don't come in with your names. Sorry.
Who wants?
Come on, let's move on.
Cindy.
Next.
Who are you drawn to, Cindy? Or do we do a number? Do a number, Cindy. She's muted.
How convenient, Cindy.
Yeah, I always.
No. Caught you out.
We'll do a number. Here we go. We'll make it easy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah.
Okay, people, pick a number between 1 and 11. And if you pick the right number and we like you enough, we'll do you a free reading, courtesy of Cindy. But she can be very picky, so we don't just read for anyone. Yes, we do.
Oh, gee, they're all coming in quick. Okay. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Is you down on caffeine, Cindy? You need to pick me up.
We've just got home. We literally just got home.
Tina just had a little
coffee
reading, didn't she?
Yeah. See, I was all set up to go by myself, so if I had to go to the loo or something, I could just go.
Oh, would you like me to leave?
You were playing around.
No,
That's what that's up there.
I'm just doing having Ram Dass shorts on standby in case I had to go to the loo.
Can I ask? Tina just got a card. Do you continue?
Yeah, it was just a card. It wasn't really a reading, was it? Just a happy card.
Yeah.
We can take it as a reading. Tina might feel ripped though. Does it feel like ripped?
If you hang around, they'll get to you. It's been picked. We're taking Tina.
And I'm out.
Yeah, people can't do this passing on all the time.
Yeah, he has the number, has the reading.
Yeah, and there is a reason for that, because once the numbers come up, the focus goes to I am going to be focusing on, and then it jumps over to somebody else. So there's a little bit that requires to be done there. So I don't mind that. I actually think it's really good and very nice of the Roberts. You need to be aware that the focus needs to shift because there is always a focus that occurs. So choose before I start focusing again. Tina, it's yours, or do you still want to pass it on? Angela, do you still want to take it on?
Am I reading for you, Tina? Okay.
Okay. So
Tina,
Angela.
Tina.
Angela, can I just
say, Tina, bring your sacral and your solar plexus into alignment. Just remember, cut cords. Okay. Lighten the load. Just lighten the load. Get those chakras aligned. Okay.
Angela, just bring your focus to your heart chakra, please. And Brooke will take it from
Angela. Okay. Look, this can be a hard one because this is what a lot of us have. It takes work to get certain places, but at the moment, I'm getting that your heart's taking a battering on how you think people should treat you. This is like almost like it's like, well, it's validation, but let's not lie to ourselves. We like having, with the people that we interact. It's nice when they say nice things or they treat us with respect. Okay, it doesn't mean a lot to us. Okay, we're not all just cut off. But at the moment, okay, the problem is when we get caught up in the emotions and the thoughts surrounding sometimes how people treat us, we can lose ourselves in those emotions. We lose ourselves in those thoughts, and then we actually pile on more baggage and we pile on wounding onto ourselves. Okay, and it's hard. It's really hard. But sometimes, even though we get those feelings, we feel like that, we need to step back. We need to separate us and go, okay, I'm feeling this. Why? Because of the obvious. Okay, but we've got to understand that that's not our feelings. That those feelings, we're not our feelings. Okay, even though we feel them. Okay, sometimes we just got to step back and we look at it from that third person perspective. Okay, because there's someone saying, I don't know if there's someone saying some stuff, but it's just a little bit of a heaviness in your heart. Okay, and just understand that it's their actions, Angela. It's not. It's their issue, and we all have issues, and we do the same thing to other people because none of us are perfect. But it's time to just take a step back and have a look at it for what it is, because when we can start to acknowledge for what it actually is, as far as, okay, it's just them projecting, or even though we don't need validation, we can be secure in ourselves. Sometimes it still hurts. Okay, but we don't when we don't respond to that and we go, okay, look, I understand it's just their projection. Sometimes, because what happens is it comes in and then we take it on board and then it dulls our heart. It'll dull our heart chakra. It will dull us. And sometimes we're going to go, okay, yeah, okay, I'm feeling dull now. Let's shift that. Let's move that. I don't need that on me because it's not my energy. It's their energy projected at me. This is why it's important sometimes, we got to snap us. It's not just snapping ourselves out of it. We've got to be on top of our game, right? Like you can imagine two soldiers on the battleground, and one of them was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that. I forgot to take cover. My bad." He's probably going to get shot. Okay, but we go through life and we don't do that with our own energy. We don't take cover, or we don't take the steps that we need to protect our energy. Okay, and we make it harder on ourselves, but this is okay. We're human, but we're all here to learn. We're all here to learn. We're all here to move forward, and we're all here to lighten the load. But sometimes when we lighten the load, we need to pick up a heavy box of tools, which is heavy. But as long as we put the tools down when we're finished fixing the thing, it's okay. Okay? At the moment, look. At the moment, it's just these things are just presented for us, and we've got two options. We can take on the burden, or we can use it. We can use it to our advantage. And at the moment, I'm getting it's time to start using it to your advantage. These things to your advantage, because we get caught up in our own emotions. We start feeding them, and it's just like, man, I get overwhelmed. I get down on myself sometimes, and I've got to snap myself out of it. And it usually helps when we can understand that just look, everything happens for a reason. And if it doesn't happen for a reason, everything is an opportunity to learn something or experience something. Either way you look at it. I got Father Sky, trust in the unknown. This is the universe just saying, look, it's just going to work out. Okay? Things are going to work out however they are going to work out. But what can you do in the moment to either gain or protect yourself or protect your energy? But see, even in these hard situations, by learning how to protect ourselves and just realign ourselves and not taking on board, there's the gold. There's the gold in what I just had to go through, because you've already been through it. Okay, it's already hurt. Things have already been done. Things have already been said. Because I got the wise one: grow beyond, grow within your current situation. Okay, and below that, I've got the seer card: see beyond your current situation, and trust in the unknown. Okay, so it's time for you to dig deep and find out. Okay, what can I do? And sometimes, when we go through these things, it can just we go looking for the lesson. Oh, why do they do that? Because of this or that. Sometimes it can just be to like, we pick up stuff around us. We just experience it, and it's just so we can just pull ourselves out of our own head and learn to recenter ourselves. Okay, and refocus ourselves, which is probably the most important lesson of all. Because for your action card, I got retreat and recharge, regroup. Pull yourself back to yourself and get aligned. Get your energy. So this is saying get out of your head. Get out of your head, right? Get out of the 3D and start creating a space where you can attack this from a higher level, or more so, bring it back to the center. Bring yourself back to the center of yourself. Okay, and understand that this is just the ecosystem of energy that we live in. Okay, because we take things way too personally. It's hard because we're that personal experience. But sometimes we just got to understand that things are what they are. We need to recharge. We need to retreat. Okay, and just center ourselves and free ourselves from that energy. Okay, it's like having recharge and retreat. To me, that's like having a spiritual shower. You got to have that shower, clean yourself off. Okay, get all nice and clean. You know, when you get out of the shower after a hard day and then you feel relaxed and you're all nice and clean and it feels nice. Okay? Start pulling yourself back and learning how to do that. And then what needs to present itself to train you from there will come along and train and assist you. Okay, so moving forward, get out. It's time to get out of reaction mode because at the moment you're in reaction. You're reacting. You're in response to what's getting thrown at you. Okay, and this is I got the Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and something and actions. So this is asking you to be more purposeful in the way that you respond, the way you to react to things. So once again, it's bringing it back to yourself, Angela. It's bringing it back to yourself to truly be sovereign and take and go into the driver's seat of your energy, your emotions, and centering oneself. I mean, at the end of the day, this is all we can do. Okay, because you are built for so much more. There's so much more potential there. There's so much that lies ahead of you. There's so much potential. Okay, that until we can start, as you work on yourself and start getting past these surface things, these 3D things, which are all around us. Okay, the universe wants you to get out of reaction mode and start coming and start centering yourself because there is a lot more energy and a lot more potential, right, underneath the surface of who you are. A lot more you can do for this world, for yourself, but that all comes to you coming into alignment with yourself. Okay, and we're going to get past. We're all at school here. We're going to get past the 3D little mud sticks and emotions and other people's projections and other people's energies. We're going to get past that. It's not going to go away. So we've got to learn how to deal with it in the moment. We're going to train ourselves. Otherwise, it becomes overwhelming. Okay? I hope that's assisted you.
Angela, do you have a mentor? You've been studying or learning something new, or you're learning something? Yeah. Do you have a mentor? Do you listen to someone guiding you? Is there a path that you're on? Is there a teaching that you're following? Yes, no. So you have a teaching that you're offering. I don't know what that is. I felt like there was something learning or teaching or mentoring or mentor or something along those lines. Yeah. This is to penetrate that which you work with is not my aim here, but it depends on what you're actually looking at, because I can see that direction is taking you on the journey that you're on at this moment. Guidance towards that's a journey that you'll discover for yourself. All I can say to you is if you're not, keep yourself grounded, keep yourself really grounded, because there's a lot that can be misunderstood when on the journey that you're actually chosen. Then there's not much. Your heart, you do have blockages. Brooke is correct on certain things there, and I can feel there's this heaviness here. What I feel more than anything is this weight on your shoulders, something that blindsided you, something that came unexpectedly, and created a weight on your shoulders and put a heaviness on your heart as well. Your throat and your heart chakra are sort of feeling pretty much at the same frequency, which is just a low, just overly protective and sort of more towards yourself. You can go higher than where you are. That's not an issue, but there's a lot that's just, yeah, like, to go in the direction I would go would be way left field. So I'm going to keep it in the center at this moment. If leave that which has already occurred behind you, unless it's dictating that which you are choosing to do. If it is not, if it has nothing to do with what you are doing in the path ahead, learn to detach, release yourself from it, and cut your cords and clear yourself off that thought pattern. Unless it has anything to do with your journey ahead, leave it exactly where it is, and start working with clearing yourself up. Ungrounded a bit too much in your head, and third eye, too much visualization, repetitiveness. It's causing a lot of throat chakra and heart chakra issues. Solar plexus is okay. You're making connections that you require, which is still on the focus that you have. Learn to cut your cords and keep them cut. At the end of the day, release yourself from everything and stop your thinking unless it's something that you need to do for the next day. And if it is, again, always bring yourself to a time and a moment where you do not need to be thinking about what happened or what's going to happen, and you can take time out for yourself. If you're overthinking, if you're constantly thinking, you're just throwing all these energies out there and all possibilities that occur, and creates more of an issue that you don't want to be carrying, because that's heaviness that you have on your shoulders. It's just, it was a blindside. You didn't expect it, but if you keep holding on to it, it's still going to dictate your next step. And that's all on you at this moment. So to take it deeper than that, all I can say to you is just keep yourself grounded, be present, find that time where you have let go of your day and everything is organized and you don't have to think about anything. Sit down, bring yourself to yourself, focus on your body, and just let it all go. That, as I said, I've kept it in the middle because I would go somewhere, and that's probably at another time depending on how you're going. But I hope that's assisted you.
Man, I need more coffee. I was actually couldn't find my thermos. I thought, man, I got a milk froth. I was going to make a big thermos up full of coffee, and at the last minute I couldn't find it, and I'm like, oh god, universe, what are you playing with? What are you playing with me? Much love and light. So, Penny, do you love with the lights on? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand.
Penny, what light? Is it light based on the opposite of heavy? Or is it light? Well, what is light? I said I'd rather have a conversation, but I can take you into a world that you've never really even thought about. I'll give you a riddle that riddles will be riddles, and never will a riddle be found. You'll be looking and looking, always wondering, is this me? Could I be found? But that's what I say, no, that could not be me. Who is it that I am? Look at this thing called me. No.
Okay, I'll just check for any donations in case. And that was donated by what's her name? That girl. Where's the shoes?
Miss Penny, if you're actually going to base it on that, here's a question for you. Okay, if you really want to go there, which I have more questions on that one afterwards, but anyway, I'll keep it here. Think about this for a moment. in the good book, as I call it, the Bible, God says, "Let there be light." Okay, so he didn't actually show us what light was. He just said that let there be light. Now we have a perspective of what that presumes to be. This perspective are we working? And also, one must also understand that the word itself, light, is an English word, and it's not the original Hebrew word that it's written in. But if you take it further back to, depending which language you want to go to, what does light truly mean?
What does it mean? And what does it mean? What does enlight mean?
Yeah.
Enlightened?
As I said, I like to dig deep.
I mean, I did a gravel in a driveway, and every time I took a shovel of gravel out of my ute, it was enlightened. Wasn't it? Just a little bit at a time.
Firstly, I'll be very clear, so everyone can really understand. I'm not religious, I'm not spiritual, and I'm not atheist with any of those titles whatsoever. So I don't know what enlightened is. I do not know what spiritual is. I do not know what religious is.
I'm hungry. And in
Are you? I thought you were Brooke.
No. Don't know who gave me that name. Yeah, that's an illusion, Brooke. I'm not really.
Penny, I do work with words, and yes, I do work with words, and they are just words to me. I don't associate to those words, and I do not have an association to the words. I have blank words with a educated association, and acknowledge the association. I do not associate to the association.
That'll make sense one day. But yeah, depends at which angle you're looking at.
For me, it's an early night. Hey, I got home. This is what I would do on my own when I was home. This is where I go. This is the world where I would actually travel to. So I came in as I come home, where I would just sit down, let the day go, and bring myself back to myself. No more associations. Dull. Neopanakionatias. Dull.
He said no more associations. What he didn't say was no more donations. Fine, who am I reading for? Someone pick someone. So who would like a reading? Reading. It was the 3-card pull.
Yeah, that's okay. Thinking ahead of myself.
So you're still halfway through a coffee, but you're thinking of putting the kettle on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We'll go with that anyway. We'll just go with that.
Yep. That sounds actually about right, really.
Himself. That's it.
Penny, yes, it can be difficult, but you can get past that word itself. To put feelings, I would firstly say to you, I would detach from what one believes feelings are. I need to understand the world where one is feeling with not the association that one is given. Let's just say it's with the eyes that one has to say it with the I. There is. Most people.
Look, what happened there? Okay. Penny, look, I post this everywhere, this playlist. Get into this playlist. Because the whole not being attached to the word is about not being attached. It's about just seeing everything in its whole perspective below the surface of. It's about coming into energy. Oops. Okay.
Go.
So, who would like who don't like to donate for an extended reading, or who would just want a 3-card pull? Anyone? Yeah, well, Hebrews the first ones.
Anyway, wait. It's where are you? You're just after 5. Still loading.
Hey, Lynn. That's right.
I cannot confirm or deny. Can find out though.
Can't post.
Even God itself, the word God in English is just that, an English word. Whatever we're reading, we're still reading it based on what we've been told the word means and how it is associated with a representation to it. To get past, to be able to read something without the education.
Okay.
Something probably doesn't want to say, but I'm going to continue. To get past your association to the words and to be able to see a world that literally is not what you have been told. And it doesn't mean that what you have been told isn't there to see. But because we are only focused on our education, we only see that which our education has told us. Right in front of your eyes, right this moment, there's so much more that one cannot see. Am I still frozen? Brooke, can you hear me?
I don't. Well, it's cold in Melbourne. I don't know how cold.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
But I thought you asked if you're frozen. I'm like, I can't feel the temperature from here.
Okay, can you see me? Well, that's what I'm trying to work out if I am frozen, because I just saw that I'm apparently frozen. So it is cold, but not that cold in here. Okay.
Angela, them be Discord words. I'll just get the thing.
Them be Discord words. Look, it's not about teaching. I'm more than happy to speak and share. Don't look at it as how I see the world through my eyes, my perspective. I'm more than happy to share, more than happy to I'm more than happy to put you in Brooke's shoes and give you a hard time. And Brooke can tell you how easy or hard I am. It's not about being easy or hard. But I see things differently. If you're prepared to question me and find out for yourself how I see things, yeah, I'm open for conversations. Happy to share here. Happy to do what I'm doing here with Brooke.
Oh, he says he's happy, then he leaves. Oh my god. Okay, he's having problem connection. Yeah, you can find us on Discord. Like, we will talk for hours, or Stothy will hold space and we'll explore consciousness. We'll talk about all sorts of things. Like a lot of the stuff's hard to explain. You still have to move along a certain level, and as you learn to let go, something else will reveal itself, and then it gets deeper. So to say, like, when Stothy says have no attachment to words, you're like, well, doesn't that defeat the purpose of words? No, but as you start working through your own stuff, and you start to realize and see what he's talking about as you go further and further into stripping away the layers of yourself. It's not on the level it can be very confusing, okay, but it's about stripping it away and going deeper and deeper and deeper than that until we're just like energy. So, which we all are energy. So everything's energy. Think about it. Energy. Well, see, this is Barry. Lynn. Energy, like, this is where you look at all the, all the gurus, all the ancients, it's all written there about the energy. You go and talk to some of the masters, and they tell you you've got to strip away everything, and then you can start to really notice the interface. Otherwise, we go gaining tools, and then we'll end up just playing in the etheric and the astral planes and calling it spirituality, when all that stuff is fine, but it's about stripping it back even further past that till you can strip it back to the experiencer, so you can basically get rid of your programming and clean your interface. Yeah, but it can be a distraction. And not everything is what it says it is in those, and not everything is what it says in those realms, because like an ecosystem, like say the sea or in the jungle, there be feeders. There's animals that use traps. There's animals that will assist. All things are possible in those realms. Okay, and a lot of people just dive straight into it, and then before you know it, they're walking around with stuff hanging off them, and it's like, dear God. Are you talking?
No, it's okay. I don't know what's going on. I actually had to change to my phone data.
Whoop. What does that mean?
Me out. We'll see.
You got
mobile. What is it? Mobile hotspot. I've set it up on my phone because for some reason I'm being kicked off from here, so it's constantly disconnecting me. I couldn't get back in, so something is happening. So if this happens again, I'll know what's going on. Yeah, I'm getting booted out every time I'm speaking.
Why is Cindy messaging me pictures of her laughing? She's like,
yeah, well,
okay, that's
when we have a way of looking at things, and we never question the way that we look at things, because that's the way that we look at them. That's how we see them. That's how we hear them, and that's how it is for everybody. I questioned what I believed. I questioned how I believed it, why I believed it, and I wanted to know for myself. I think this will explain. I wanted to know for myself what I know without using what I've been told. Now, to understand that as well, I had to understand what I was told. Now, everything that I've been told, every word that you're listening to, everything that I can possibly say to you at this moment, every word, I'll pick up every dictionary that you want and I can speak it to you. I've been told what those words mean. Who am I? Am I what I've been told? How do I know for myself without asking anybody who I am? And every time I asked who am I and I had an answer, how could I be that? For the answer itself was based on my education. So what do I know? Who am I? What did I know before I was educated? And I could not answer that question with my education. Who are you? Do you really want to know who you are? How will you know if I tell you who you are? If I tell you who you are and you believe me, that's you believing me. That's not you knowing who you are. To know who you truly are. Know thyself, it has been stated many times. Dull. Know thyself. We all are more than that which we've been told. Dull. You can believe that's what you've been told, or you can know for yourself. And all you have to do is stop believing what you've been told. And you'll know who you are. Dull. Dull. Ilmatan Ki. For all the mysteries you all seek for, you already hold them. But you believe that someone's going to give you the answer and you have it within you. And all you have to do is let go of what you believe. And you'll see it exactly as it is. And not because someone tells you. Because it is through your own eye that it be. Not because it is said from him or him. Thou, Eon. So to know oneself is not to believe what you have been told. Dull. And how do you do that? 23 years it's taken me. To not believe in any word that any of you speak, for you're all liars, every single one of you. For every word you speak is that's what you have been told. And everything you've been told is a lie, therefore you speak it and a lie it be. Everything creates a lie because they told you that's how it should be. Dull. We want to connect to the higher energies. Before you it be, but none can see. Dull. And it will remain until one sees oneself. Dull. Seeking. Always seeking, never within, always out there. No, Penny, I do not channel. No. Do not categorize. You see, I said earlier, I'm not religious. I'm not spiritual. I'm not atheist. I don't categorize myself. I just don't believe what I have been told. And therefore, I can be who I am. Not what you believe I should be. Dull. Others can go and channel whomever they want. Diopan ayika ion.
See, I came at one stage. I was studying theology, and I was they were grooming me in the Pentecostal church to be a pastor. And when that was in my late 20s, and I moved past that. But in my 40s, when I started coming into it again, I came across even friends of mine. They're saying, "Oh, your problem, Brooke, is you don't believe in this, you don't believe in that," and I'm like, perfect. Because I thought, why would I come into spirituality or whatever it is looking for myself? Why would I get religious about it and just just believe someone and go, hey, because I thought, what's the point of replacing a belief system with another belief system? And that's what most people just do, is they just replace one view inside a box. They throw that out and they put a bigger box with a nicer view. How about getting outside the box instead of just swapping views? Okay.
Lynn, it's voice does change, and it changes to what is required within the moment itself. You speak of chakras. I got no idea what a chakra is. There you go. How's that one for you? But I can tell you everything there is to know about it because I've read the same books as everybody else. That's how I know what a chakra is. Now, stating that, you say that you have chakras, and when you align your chakras, okay, what you get is a trumpet, if you like. Dao. And you think that you're speaking. See, the real problem is that you think too much. This is everybody. You think that you're speaking. You're not actually speaking. You're not even listening, but you feel that you are listening and you are speaking. So that's another issue there altogether. When you open up yourself completely and detach and let go of what you believe, completely every aspect of everything that you've ever been told. Do you think that you're breathing? Well, you don't even know that you are breathing. You only think you are because you've been told you are. And when you truly start putting yourself into a position of asking yourself, how do I know what this is? When one speaks, then what one hears is not what one believes one is hearing. You see, I don't speak to your belief, whether it's Barry or whether it's Lynn or whatever name you have. When I really want to speak to who you are, I will speak to those who I know they are, not what you believe you are. For your belief is what they have told you to be. I know you are who I am. You see, I see everyone as myself, although they don't see themselves. That's not my problem. So depending on who one's speaking to is how it is spoken. When I'm harsh to someone, that's how they see themselves. But if they can't see it themselves, I'll show it to them. Everyone is working on themselves. So when you understand what it is, when you can center yourself and detach from everything, you think you feel things, you think you are what you're feeling. Dull. We feel things. To understand that there is the feeling and there is that which feels it. And when you can detach yourself from that which you feel, and you're prepared to literally let go of what you believe are emotions, you don't own emotions, you feel them, you can have them, and you can never be that which you have. So to know oneself, to go to that depth, to remove oneself from what one believes one is, what would you be left with? Go to that point where everything around us is an experience. Everything around us is an experience. Now, everything can be experienced, but always out of the equation, out of the experience, there's always that one part which is always left out of the equation. We can say it's one, but again, you don't even know what one is. You only believe it is because what you've been told. So again, we can speak about the words as we believe they are, but when we remove them, we go to a different level altogether. All around us, there is something. You can claim it to be whatever it is you want to claim it to be. It is something. You don't know what it is. In the equation, that's the something is what we call the experience. The part that is never added to the experience. Who's the experiencer? Have you ever thought about who the experiencer is? Have you ever really looked deep enough to see, okay, well, who's experiencing all this? And it doesn't just stop there. You're going to have to ask yourself, what is an experience? This will put everyone to sleep. This is all experience. Everything that is occurring right this moment is past tense. This is a memory. What you're watching is just a memory. And if you can really grasp that, who's remembering? Everyone keeps saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Today is yesterday's tomorrow. But it goes deeper than that. Again, it's not to dismiss the words. It's to dismiss the words completely, have no association to what you're stating. Complete dismissal, complete detachment. Yes, complete detachment. And I'll say it as always. A complete detachment. Everything, as far as you can go, to really know yourself, well, there's always got to be that which knows. So whatever it is that you know, whatever you believe you know, there has to be that which knows. Whatever has been experienced, there has to be the experience. Whatever is known, the knower. Whatever is felt, the feeler. There is no soul. I don't even know what a soul is. So again, detachment from the words. How do you know what a soul is? The word itself, did it exist when you were born? Did you create it? Did you make it? Did someone tell you this is what the word is? That's right. If we're going to work with only what we've been told, we constantly get told this, go to your school days. I ask this question of everyone. What did you know before you were educated? Do not answer with your education. Your education is the only thing that you have to truly hold on to at this moment. Everything you believe is based on A, B, and C. Before you knew your A, B, and C, what did you know? And everything you believe from this moment, everything you speak, is not because you know it. So this is, again, I'll put it to you like this. Do you believe you know, or do you know you believe? And do you know the difference? So to truly question oneself, it's not about, how do I learn to do this or how do I learn to do that? There's plenty of teachers out there that are going to teach you whatever it is you want to know. The world is full of learning experiences. But to truly understand oneself, it's not about what we can learn. We can learn whatever we want. We can experience everything that we want. But are we what we have been told? Is it the way that it has been stated? And how do we know if we don't question it? And how do we question it when everything we've been given, everything that we know, no matter which question we ask, it always brings us back to chasing our tails to the same question again. So it's always running in circles. Apparently we are born and apparently we die. That's the end of the story. And if that's what we believe, there's no more to discuss. Everything that this world provides, all our whole educational experience, everything. Again, it doesn't matter whether you want to go religion, spirituality, atheism, gnostics. There's a message in all of them. They've all got something to tell you, something that you can look into to show you who you are. But unless you question yourself and go deep enough, you believe you know. Who do you keep asking to know something? If you're asking someone to know something, well, it means you don't actually know for yourself. Do you know for yourself? Well, how will you know if you don't question yourself? So again, bring it back to yourself. You need coffee? You said you're going for coffee. You're muted. You're muted. You're still muted. You're muted. That's it.
And I'm waiting for it to percolate. None of this instant coffee crap.
Oh
and
yeah.
Man, I had to put the barista almond milk in the milk frother because I'm such a girl's blouse when it comes to coffee.
Okay, I'll be right back. A refill.
Wait, refill. Mine's still going. I'm gonna get it. Okay. Coffee, yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh, Barry, have you got Lynn? You got $3.99 at Aldi. They've got barista almond milk, and it froths up really nice because if you need a percolator and you need a coffee frother, yeah. No, if I had sent you a documentary on what they use to process coffee to make instant coffee, you'd never drink it again. Stephanie refuses to listen, but can you hear it? It's coming. Oh, it's bubbling now. Out in New Zealand? I don't know. I don't live in New Zealand, but Audi's where to get the good cheap barista almond milk. Or if you can get it even better, is the barista coconut milk because it doesn't have lectins in it. So the coconut milk's probably the best one, healthy wise, to have. Yeah. So it's like that. So if you go and listen to all the, all the teachings and all the masters. Everything's about enlightenment. It's all about stripping that away to find yourself and going within. It's not about piling on tools, even though tools are useful. We use a tool to do something, then we put it down. If we need it again, we go back and we pick it up. But we don't carry all these tools around with us because then how can we get light when we're loading up with stuff? And that's all belief systems too. Strip it back. Like there's stuff that someone will say to you, and it's not that it's correct. It's what you need. It's the tool that you need to get to the next level of understanding. Okay, but that tool that you use to get to the next level of understanding, that you can be imprisoned and entrapped in that tool. But you use it to get up to that level, then you let go of the tool. Okay, because so many people just want to have the biggest tool bag, and then it just weighs them down, and they can only get so far because they're carrying too much weight around with them. So when you move forward and you learn something and you go through that growth, then you let go of the old tools. Otherwise, there's so many people that I've been on my walk with that I just see them struggling around with the same old tools. And it's for everyone else to work out on their own journey and how they do it and come to their own realization. It's not my business, But we want to shed. It's about lightening, lightening, not heavying. And a lot of spirituality seems to go towards that. Like, and when we do, we've got to learn, we've got to expand. At the same time, we've got to detach from that which we think we know and experience it all. It's a very fascinating journey. Like for 2 years, I go into Discord and I speak to Safi all day. Sometimes we talk about stuff and stuff he was saying 2 years ago. I'm just starting to grasp it now because I'm in the level where I can grasp it. So people go, oh yeah, but it's not about, oh cheers bro. It's not about, I can get rid of my banner now. I've got my brother. Thank you, brother. And it's like ridiculous. People get stuck into, the spiritual ego saying, oh, they're just saying all this because they think they're better. And it's like, oh God, can we get past the kiddie crap? We're all trying to work it out. We're all trying to move forward. We're all trying to grow, and people get stuck in the pointing fingers. And because what happens is that when the ego gets challenged, so everyone going, oh yeah, look, they're in ego. It's like, well, to state that, you'd be an ego, wouldn't you? And all these things get thrown around, and it gets very confusing, and it doesn't need to be. See, it's Frothy coffee. Mmm. Coffee could have been strong. I should put more coffee in there. But that's still good. Exactly. And then you'll get somewhere where someone will go, something like the same penny. But some people, when they don't understand something, they feel threatened, or they feel their ego feels threatened, or they don't feel smart enough. And I've always understand that it's not, you got to get past that and just seek. It's just words coming in. You can either grasp it or you can't. You can either understand it, you can't. But see, when we get offended or we go, oh, they're an ego and this and that, then we're attaching. We're attaching an emotion to what a word means, and then we're attaching to our self-worth. And we've got to get past all that. And when you can get past all that and just things for what they are, okay, yeah, don't understand it, didn't get it, whatever, move on. And people just get so caught up in it's like, what do you call it? It's like competition. It's like, really? Do we have to go there? You want to be in competition. Go and play football. Go and watch football. I
say to everyone, I'm not here to create a belief for anyone. If anything, I'm going to shadow your own beliefs. So if you're prepared to do your search and question things, we question beliefs. We question how we came to know beliefs. Everything. It's more learning. There's no reason why one cannot learn. We can learn whatever it is that we choose to learn. There's a lot to learn out there. We can be dedicated, and we can choose to do that. Now, I will not say that you cannot go and do this or do that or anything like that. What I'm saying is, who are we? We keep being told that we are this and we are that. I have looked at that aspect of it. So it's not about whether I know what ABC can create and the words that we can use to speak. It's more about who are we? Who are we? Who actually are we? I know that I can use ABC. I know that I can speak. I'm speaking right this moment. Lynn, I wouldn't even go there. You see, this is why I was saying we can speak in such ways that the words that we use are creating a reality, which is very true. And to understand it, again, there's a lot of depth into what I'm about to say here. Every word we speak, it has an association. That word that we think is the same word that we speak. So as we think, we speak it, we shall see it. Whether we realize it or not, at some points, as we thought, it will come. We have to deal with it. We will deal with it. When we understand what the words are and we remove the words, it's no longer about whether the words are associated to the education or not. It's about who speaks. And again, you think that you are speaking at this moment. You think you are listening at this moment. See, it goes a lot deeper than what you think is occurring, because you're only limited to a particular part of what it is that you to truly know who you are is to acknowledge things not as you have been educated. Now, this is where it gets difficult, because to acknowledge all that, this is where we use education now, because we have to find the right words to bring you back to see something that is not based on education, but why education is used to acknowledge that which is not based on education. No, I'm not at peace, I'm not love, and I'm not conquering all. I don't know what love is, I do not know what peace is, and I don't know what conquering is. Again, words, I do not associate with them. Lynn, the way that I speak is literally detaching to whatever it is that you believe. I have no idea what those words are. I can read up, I can tell you what I have been told, what people's stories are. I don't know what they are. You see, I can tell you everything about these words. I've got a whole section which I've started in Discord, which is about words themselves. I don't accept the words as they've been told. But we every word that we're using, yes. You see, again, How deep do you want to go? How deep do you really want to go? To take you to a point to tell you that everything that you believe about yourself, even your name, is not who you are. You think you have a body, but again, everything that you believe is still based on what you've been told. To detach from your education is to detach from the associations of your education as well. So when we're speaking words, what are we associating? If I say, for example, how well do you take care of your body? You have an association on those words. And I've spoken to you based on those associations of those words, which is based on what we believe those words represent. So automatically, without thinking, those words have the association and one responds accordingly without the thought because it has been programmed, educated. We detach ourselves completely from all of that. We acknowledge what we have, and we acknowledge that that which we have is not what we are. And now it's aiming to understand that which one has. What is it you have? Can you work with what you have? Do you know what it is you have? At what point will you state that you have something?
Because otherwise, it's like we get caught. Whatever attachments we have to the words, it's like we get caught in a reactive algorithm of what we believe the words mean, or what we associate the words to a feeling. We get caught up in all that structure, and that we think, most of the time we think we're making all our choices and we're all our thoughts, and we're just trapped in algorithms, witnessing it, reacting to it, and we can get lost in that. I think, about Lynn. I think miracles. The best description I ever heard someone say of a miracle was Ram Dass, and I'm sure he got it from someone else when he said, "Miracles." The miracles is just the universe's way of saying, "Hey, it doesn't work how you think it works." And to me, that seemed the most accurate description or association.
Synchronicities can be considered miracles as well. It's a miracle. I mean, what is a miracle? What level? For some, a miracle to me does not necessarily mean to be a miracle for someone else. So synchronicities work on the same basis. Miracles happen every single day. If you realize, if you removed your if you're detached from your education, you see the constant miracles happening each second as it ticks over. Just not used to them. You're not aware of them. You've forgotten the old ways of how things work. You said everyone's aware of what you call your past lives. Let me take it to this. You're all aware of your past lives. Well, aware of having past lives, if you will. Now, wouldn't the same individual that had all the lives prior be the same individual today? So whoever it is that had all those lives would be the same one that's having the life that you're living right this moment. If you take that into consideration, the only thing that's preventing you from remembering, again, the words are not really correct, but I'll use them for what they remembering your memories, which there's plenty of past life memories that one has. To remember that you have to let go of what you believe you are today. It's not reattaching oneself because one's never detached from oneself. To be honest with that one, you're always there who you are, but you have to experience this world as it is, as you've experienced it, to acknowledge it for what it is right now, up to this moment, exactly as it is, without judgment. and then to be able to put yourself back into that point of being the observer and not the observed. So to understand one's true nature is, again, Lynn, the word ancient souls, again, yeah, I wouldn't use it. I would not use it. I would not use a lot of the words that we were associating to truly, again, the difficulty is because to break through one's education is to acknowledge what we have been told. Yes, that is what has been said. I can state to you what you're stating. We have been told, and we have been told what ancient souls actually even means, what ancient means and what souls means. I'm not denying what someone has said. Whether it's right for them or not, I haven't had the opportunity to speak to the person who termed the word ancient souls. So going to that point itself, it's not about what somebody else has said. It's about how one sees it for oneself without using what one believes based on what somebody else has told them. So to truly speak with one's own experience, now I said earlier, do you know the difference between believing one knows and knowing one believes? When one knows one believes, one will know that one does not know. Then when one does not know, what one speaks is based on not knowing, therefore it's spoken without attachment. And the attachment itself is the acknowledgement of what we have been told. So we just detach. We use the words depending on the level of awareness the individual has that is listening to what they're going to understand and how it works and how it doesn't work and what they're aware of and how their level of awareness is. That's all that can really be said. I know, I don't jump. Nothing happens by chance. We're so used to having things in this particular pattern that it's supposed to go. The puzzle itself is not about getting this piece and putting them together. That's not true sight. True sight is actually saying that this piece stays here. This piece is exactly where it's supposed to be. That piece is exactly where it's supposed to be. That one there is exactly where it's supposed to be. And they create the picture. So when we put the puzzle together, we're not actually rearranging it. We're actually looking at it within chaos itself. Everything is chaos. Order is our focus. I focus on A, B, C, D, E, F, wherever you want to be. And now because I've only got that focus of that point in chaos, that's all I see. But it all exists within chaos anyway.
Well, get on.
It's not about.
I was going to say, Len, get on to Discord, and you can do this. You can do this all day with him.
It's detaching oneself. Again, it comes to detaching oneself from one's education. Our education is the only barrier that we have that prevents us to see it. Even the word seeing is not true because, again, we believe that we're seeing things. We don't see anything. We do and we don't. That's where it gets really tricky because it's not based on what one believes. It's a personal experience. And all I can speak to you about is a personal experience. It is not about the words that I use. The words that I use are to remove the words and to leave one with questioning. If one can question, that's all I'm after. It's not about the answer, it's about the question. It's always about the question. So yes, for me this is an everyday topic and just this is what we speak about. This is where I go. I don't go based on beliefs. Do I go out there? We have this whole idea. If you want to speak religion, I should be in a church or some monastery somewhere. If I'm a Buddhist, I'll be in a cave somewhere. Even monks priests go to caves as well. But Yeah, that's all.
Man, I'm of the school, man. Beliefs is what got us into this trouble.
That's right. That is right. It is belief. So, you know, I can go on with all of this, but it always, yeah, exactly, Satya. It's there's no beginning, there's no end, there's nowhere to start, and there's nowhere to finish. That I can continue going. Yeah, the depth of the individual. It always comes down to who is listening. Who there's a lot of relevance to an awareness that each individual has, and how far they can go, how much they, you know, and how much do you hold on to the beliefs that you have. That's what it really comes down to. If you have a belief and you're really attached to it, you know, that's the journey that one goes through. We've been brainwashed, and now we have to unbrainwash ourselves. You see, we think that, you know, what is brainwashing? Brainwashing is cleaning the mind of rubbish, literally. Okay, we've already been brainwashed from our nature or our true selves, and had a program put into us to believe something. We just need to get back to that point before we were programmed, because they didn't brainwash us, they just put a program on top of us. So to undo that program, to get to the original program, which is, again, it's neither right or wrong. So again, it's not about judging something to be what they've done. Everything happens for a reason, and depends on how high one or how deep one goes to, because there is, when we speak about no judgment, acceptance for what things are, how things are exactly as they are, what we can speak about, what we see, what we're aware of, that's what it is. Can we speak about it? It's happened. If it's happened, well, that's exactly how it's happened. And the rest of it is, well, you know, how much do you want to keep your focus on it? It's already happened. It's not happening anymore. If you're thinking about it, you're stuck in the past. If you're not accepting this moment, you're hoping for something better. So that's not accepting this moment. It's not accepting anything else. And if you're not liking this moment, and if you're not present and you're not accepting this moment, well, then that's a judgment. So how does one get out of without even realizing what he's doing? They say, it says, judge not. Okay, well, you know, the moment that you want something better than what you have, you're already judging that this moment isn't good enough. There should be more than there is this moment. Should be better than what they are. That is judgment, not acceptance. So how deep do you want to go to it? Is it religious? There's many books written. Living in the now. It's actually, it's beyond living in the now. It's acknowledging what now is. If one can know yesterday, and one can speak of tomorrow, and one can presume one is in the present, who is it that is observing this moment, that is aware of all? At what depth does one want to go? If you're observing, are you that which you're observing? Are you? The rabbit hole goes deep. You see, many people get lost in the burrows once they get down that hole. Plenty of burrows. How far? Yeah, there is a point that is one prepared to go to the point of the abyss? Can one get through the abyss? And what is the abyss itself? What is a void? The void. The abyss is not the void. The void can't handle the abyss or even lying around. It doesn't even exist. What's depth? Yeah, again, we speak depth. How deep does one want to go? Does one want to believe what they've been told, or does one actually want to acknowledge who they are without the belief? And to go to that point of being the observer of that which has been observed, what has been observed, and how deep does one go to understand the observation itself? If one is aware of the observation, does one stick to the observation, or does one stick to the observer, or that which is aware of the observer observing? Does the riddler become the riddle, or is the riddle the riddler? How deep does one want to go? Go deeper than one can speak in the language, for there is no more after this point, because one must go to another way. Dayumatanaka. Dayumahishi ono mano iki ono yono mniataya yono dawano iki onot yosi ono. We speak about letting go. How much does one want to let go? Letting go of everything that you believe, everything that you've been told, and just to go to the point where there's nothing to hold on to, and one just flows. Everything is exactly as it is, and one just observes the river flow. Many spend years. It does take years, and I'm not going to deny that. But it takes lifetime after lifetime. It takes many lifetimes, if you would like, on the acknowledgement of what you understand. Many vehicles burnt out, worked out, and raced and done everything with them, and then it was time to shift and change and get to a different vehicle. And eventually we come to a point where, how many more vehicles do we need to acknowledge or drive to get to our destination? And the thing is that there is no destination. It's a continuous journey from here. Where's it taking us? Well, we are going. We are there already. One just does not see it as yet. No. No. We'll seek out there. Look within, I tell you. And then when you find that within, you'll see that which one sees. No. And when one sees that which one sees, the seer itself will no longer be the seer, for there will be the awareness of that which is being seen. No. No. It's many years. Many had to detach themselves when they interpreted times weren't correct. And today many are coming back with not being able to reconnect themselves because they haven't been aware of the attachment. So they need to detach themselves to attach themselves, if you like. But there's no real attachment, it's more the detachment to acknowledge oneself for what oneself is. There is a particular frequency that everyone has, which one would call one's individuality. Although that frequency might seem as an individuality in itself, it is. One acknowledges the individuality, but it is at a point where you have to find the in-between space of that which is not individual, which is the unity of what one would call one, and that which is two. So there is the point in between to acknowledge how that works. Easier said, they're just words. And those words can guide, but again, one's own detachment or attachment is one's prevention.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And the more you detach, the more you realise how stinking attached you are. It's hard because just think of it as your phone or your computer. Every time you have an attachment, you've got an app open, and it makes things slower to process to the point where it becomes too much to process, and you haven't got the resources to truly
Brooke
process
mentioned
it.
earlier about tools. So everyone wants tools. Tools are all around you. Everywhere you go, there are tools. And to understand how to use those tools, again, one requires to detach from what they believe they want. Tools are all these tools that everyone keeps going for, those abilities that they want. You've entered Aladdin's cave. So call the earth itself Aladdin's cave, if you like. Open sesame, you've entered into the cave, and there's all these jewels and golds and riches and everything. And far down the corner, on its own, there's this rusty little. Where's the genie? So you really think about that. Where's the genie? What's the jewels? That's which people ignore. We're always after that shiny thing, that which is going to give them more. But that dirty old lamp in the corner, well, let's just leave that there. I don't want that. Too old, too dirty, probably even rusty by now.
And considering the genie is the one that can give you everything.
Exactly right. The genie is literally the representative or the representation of the soul, if you like. The lamp represents, or the lantern represents the body.
Why do you think so many people struggle with money, right? And they're like, I need more money, because you have that attachment to what it represents. When if you can just detach from it and just allow it to happen, as long as you just don't sit on your butt, God, you don't really have to work. Things just unfold and they flow like you would not believe. And unless you can be attached and hanging on to stuff, God, you're trying to flow down the river, but all you want to do is grab hold of the side every bit instead of just going back, enjoying the ride and cruising through. You want to grab onto everything, and then when you grab onto something, the water goes over your head and you get pulled down.
There are times then where our words, this is where understanding time, another part of this is understanding how time works. When we're speaking about time, right now, okay, everything I'm saying, if you pay attention to what I'm about to say and what I'm saying, and as I'm saying, just listen to the words that I'm saying. Right now, everything that I'm saying, each word that I'm saying is past tense. Every action, every movement is past tense. Everything you're hearing, everything you're seeing is past tense. Right now, all I have is this moment unfolding. I do not know what is going to be said. All I know is what I am saying, and what I am saying has become the past. Now it is one's memory. Everything around me has been within the same moment as these words. Every breath is the last breath, and the new breath. Dull, as one brings oneself back into the center. One is now aware of what is around them. That which is around them is that which they have, and one is not that which one has. But that which I have is all that you see. But that which I am, within oneself, it be. The rest of it, because you presume there's going to be a tomorrow, and you presume there is a yesterday, you must have a today, which is now, which is the present, which is the gift you call it. But there is that which is observing the three, dull. Dull. For the three themselves are just words, and you have associations, attachments to dull. You call it time. When you acknowledge what time itself is, dull, Everything happens within time and only in time. The rest of it is that which is observing, that which is occurring now. Dull. 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 So all of this is past tense already. Tomorrow is not going to come. Just like today. As I said earlier, if you heard, today is yesterday's tomorrow. We're reading tomorrow, but it's just today. It's now an actual. And as this second that we are in, as I speak, the second ticks over into the past. Everything within the second, everything exists. There is no distance between yourself and myself, just a belief that you have. Dull. You see, with the education, I do not. Dull. That's the gene, and it's not what one can see. Dull. You shamat. Dull. I'm what you. Dull. 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 You all speak of Kundalini, Dio Shamas. The Kundalini just represents the snake. The body is the skin that it sheds. This is just one of the new skins. It's had many skins, as we have all. No, I shouldn't say that, because there are those who don't. Everyone wants to channel. It's not about channeling. We all have the information within us. We see it for what it is. There are so many different words for it. It is the collective consciousness. We're all a part of it. We're not separate to that. Akashic records is another term for it. There's the consciousness, another term. There's Christ consciousness. Buddhism, that's another term, just means enlightened, which is just another term. Enlightenment literally means removal of all that which one carries, that which causes weight, the opposite of light. Dull. To enter, one cannot carry that which is in their sack. Dull. The sack is the body. That which they carry is the thought. Dull. The thought is the belief. Dull.
The body is the rusty lamp.
Dull. They all rather have the jewels and the gifts. Dull. They do not want to rob their own lamp. Dull. But the offerings that they take from those that give it to them, well, they are the wise ones, and the ones that take the stupid ones. Dull. Dull.
But there's a lot of treasure between you and the lamb, and you're going to fall over sometimes, tripping over treasures. It happens. And you fall over, and then you're on the ground, and you go, "Oh, look, shiny thing."
When we remove ourselves, there's a lot of symbolism, there's a lot of occultism, there's a lot of mysticism, there's a lot of Gnosticism. I can go to so much. It's all connected. Whether you want to speak of I started with law, and I went to psychology. From psychology, I went to history. So psychology, I went to philosophy to history, sociology, gnostics, esoterics, religion, spirituality, a whole combination of reading. Um, Now, I can see a pattern within it, and it doesn't matter which direction I go. I do see the pattern. Um, I I can do something which is not even you know, you want to blow your head, you want to blow your mind apart. Be me, uh, be me. You can take it. Um, to have this emptiness and an acknowledgement which I cannot get past, and no matter how much I get past it, it always brings me back to this acknowledgement. What we think is what is creating what we believe. And when we acknowledge what we think or the thinker, uh, we can start working with how we can alter that which one is thinking. And by that, then we can alter that which one is seeing and speaking. But to do that, one must, for oneself, acknowledge oneself and go to that level of, you know, you got to rip yourself apart. You got to go down into your bones, find your marrow, and just rip it to shreds completely. Forget about all of it and throw it in the bin and everything you've ever heard and believed about it. You're prepared to go there. I know that's the thing, Jackie. There's no self to believe in. That's the real problem. We all speak about knowing ourselves. Know thyself is the key, but when you find yourself, question whether that is yourself or not, and how you know what self is. And again, know thyself, for that is the journey one goes on. To know thyself, though, one cannot attach oneself to anything that they believe self is. Therefore, then, one must know oneself without belief. For one can only observe, then, that which they believe. And that which is believed is not the believer. Dull. Dull. Yeah.
It's interesting. You know, this martial art, this boy wants to learn martial arts, and he goes to a master and he says, "How long will it take me to master this martial art?" And the teacher goes, "At least 10 years." And he goes, "Gee, that's a long time. What about if I train twice as hard? How long will it take me to master it?" And then the master goes, 20 years. And then he goes, but the student goes, "What if I train day and night harder than anyone? How long will it take me to master the martial art?" And the teacher goes, 30 years. And he goes, he says, and the student goes, "Well, I just said I'd work harder. Why is it going to take longer?" And the master goes, he says, "Isn't it clear? With one eye, with one eye on the destination, you've only got one eye on the path." Okay, so you're making yourself less efficient. So where's your focus going to be? Is it going to be focused on out there and where you want to be? Or is it going to be focused in here?
Okay, well, we've got a long one here.
Oh. Some hardcore spamming.
Oh, yeah. Right. There is no God, Vanessa. You see, I don't work with that. If you heard most of it, it's not about what you believe. The beliefs that you have are just that. It's not about a belief. It's detaching oneself from whatever it is that you believe. Inside focused. Yes, at what point does one take inside? Where would you begin inside from? And that's the journey in itself as well. There is an inside, there is an outside, but to actually state that an inside has a point and an outside has a point, where does one stop to consider what the inside is and the outside is?
Any more questions? Is anyone game?
Yeah. So when the deeper you go, see, the thing is that the more you detach from, the more it's presented that you're required to detach yourself. Having this simple basic focus that we have, which is your ABCs and everything that's associated to it, is good. I'd recommend you hold on to that. I do. That's my recommendation to anyone. Yeah. Because the more you detach from that which you associate with, the more that which you don't associate yourself with will present itself to you. So you can say doubles in the amount, and then you have to detach from that double, which then the more you detach, the more reveals itself. And the more you're detaching, the more that's revealing, the more you need to detach, and the more it's going to reveal. And the more you keep detaching, and you can keep going and going and going and going and going. So, yeah, there's a lot to unravel in the point of stating. I stated to you that when we speak of, I'm going to use this word now. The moment I say, what's the opposite of love? What's the opposite of love? Okay, I'm going to listen. I'm going to actually wait for an answer, and this one I'll give it to you. What's the opposite of love? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, we have Vanessa Fear. Anyone else? It's okay. Anyone else? Yeah. Well, you see, this is the thing. The opposite of love is that which is not love. The opposite of love is that which is not love. The opposite of evil is that which is not evil. The opposite of lust is that which is not lust. The opposite of hate is that which is not hate. There's nothing to do. Everything has its own purpose. Everything has a word. The word itself does not have an opposite to it. It just is that word. The opposite of the word hate, for example, is that which is not hate. But you cannot say the opposite of hate is love, because that's not true. The opposite of love is that which is not love. So when we start to say, see, this is education. How do you want to speak? No voice. The only voice one will listen to is the one that's speaking at this moment. And when you're aware of what the moment is, it's always the one that speaks in the moment. And thoughts and so forth. Again, all these associations. This is why I work with not associating, detachment from the associations. Consider yourselves at this moment to be a portable television. Okay, everywhere you go, you turn yourself on and you can tune into whatever channel you want. Okay, now just throw away the television. That's you. That's the body. Everything around you is frequency. Your education and your thoughts themselves create the opening to that channel, which is the frequency that you tune into, which you then think it's your thoughts. But when you truly want to understand what thoughts are and you think they're yours, well, when you come into the moment and you're just the observer, because that's what you truly are, you're that which is aware of thoughts, you cannot be that which you're aware of. There's that which you're aware of and there's that which is aware. So which one are you? There's the experience called thought and the experiencer. Are you the experience or the experiencer? Detachment itself to acknowledge the two. Is there a feeling? Is it the feeling you are, or are you that which feels it? If you're that which feels it, then you cannot associate to that which you're feeling. So when you put yourself aside from that feeling itself and just come back to that which feels it, what is it that you are now? Well, you can't say what. What are you going to say? What word are you going to actually use, which is not based on your education, to tell me right now who you are? What were you before you were educated? So you're just thinking this one over. Well, think about this. Where does thought come from when you turn your TV on or your radio on? Where does music come from? Where do the pictures come from? Right now, where am I coming from?
Vibration, frequency.
Okay, I'm not connected to any wires here. This is all Wi-Fi apparently. It's all okay. So where is all this occurring from? Where's it coming from? At this moment, what we're seeing, energy. Okay, how do you know what the word energy is, Michelle? Take it to you. This moment, all we have is an awareness of something that's occurring. And we can tune into that and experience it. So we can experience a lot of things which is based on energy. We can put our focus to it and experience. Now that's which we are experiencing, and not denying what it's called. Again, this is where we speak about acknowledging that we are educated, and education itself has given us an association and a focus to the education, everything that we associate with it. We put that aside and we don't work with what we have been given. We just don't work with the associations to it. The moment that I ask you, what did you know before you were educated? Do not use your education to answer that question. Any word that you use, before you use that word, before you prepare to answer that question, think about how you know that word. Think about where you know that word, and is it really what you are? Because do you know that word yourself, or again, is it based on your education? Are you associating yourself to what you have been told something is?
We've just put ourselves into an algorithm, created another algorithm.
You see, I can go and explain to you a lot of things about mathematics and the equations and how they work. We can go to our language and we can go to how ABC, how you put certain words together, they have a frequency, and because of that frequency, the sound itself and the picture itself and so forth. Again, you don't know what a star is, you don't know what particles are, you don't know what energy is. What you do know is what you've been told. Okay, so what you're seeing, you're associating. Again, what you're focusing on, the moment that you focus on something, which we're using a word now because there is a particular way to explain this one. When we focus on things, they come into, well, you're giving energy, so it comes into attention more. Now, we call something, for example, we're focusing up, which we're told there is an up. So we look up, which in actual fact is looking out. Okay, someone spoke about out and in earlier, so listen here. So we're looking out and we're looking at those things that we now call stars and don't think twice about it. But the only reason we're calling it a star is because, well, that's what we're told they are. So, what is it that we're truly looking at? Now, because we're focusing on it, it's standing out more, and that's what the focus is. So we call that a star, as I stated. So we pull our focus away, and it's not what it is any longer. Because the only thing it is what we believe it is, which is still based on our education. Does it actually exist without our education? Well, words is to communicate. Yes, again, we're here to experience. There's no, it's not about not experiencing. It's acknowledging what it is because that's how they're spoken. It's just we're detaching ourselves from. When you become a motor mechanic, and I'll go motor mechanic for a moment. When you become a motor mechanic, you work on the cars. Now, you have the knowledge to work on the cars. Okay, it doesn't make you the car, it doesn't make you that knowledge, it makes you that which has that knowledge, it makes you a mechanic. So the mechanic now knows how to use tools. The tools are all based on the education or the teaching of being a mechanic. So he now can work on cars. Okay, so when we look at our education, again, education itself is the same thing. It is a teaching, and it's now part of the tool. So we put the tool aside, and now we're left with not using the tool. Who are we? But even now that I stated, who am I still need to use the tool, which is my education, to state those words, who am I? So now I've gotten to that point where I've only got those words, who am I, and I do not use those tools to answer. So that's where, the rest of it is, you can go out there and learn. Learn whatever you want. There's a lot of teachings out there. There's a lot of things that we can learn. But knowing oneself, that's where it gets a little bit different. Pretty much picked up the language by now. Spelling mistakes and all from everyone. No.
So where are you going? So where do we go? Where do we go in life? Do we go? There's so many stuff that says, "Oh yeah, this and that," and we go out there and do this out here. But what information are you coming across that says go within? Because you go to the masters that have been doing this since day one. The ancient, everything goes back to going within yourself. As Jesus said, "Know thyself." Buddha said it. Krishna, whichever descended master you want to relate to, it's all go within. It's only teaching that says go and look out there, go and look out there, go and look out there. They're taking you away from yourself, putting you back into the program. Meditation is 24/7.
And meditation, right now you're in meditation, whether you know it or not. This is meditation. Every time I come on the show, I'm meditating. This is meditation. Keeping your focus here right this moment and what you're doing by listening, questioning, speaking, hearing, all of this is what meditation is. Yes, one can sit. It gets boring at times.
Then you're not doing it right.
Yeah, well, no. Yeah. When you're focused on one thing is meditation. Everything is a form of meditation. Focus itself is meditation. Where focus goes, energy grows. what you're focusing on, you give energy to. So it doesn't matter what it is you're focusing on. This is where negative and positive is irrelevant at this moment. If you focus on something, if something's grabbed your attention and you have your focus on it now, you're giving it energy. The more energy, the more focus you have on it, the more it stands out, the more it is before you. The more you keep focusing, the more it stands out. Okay, so meditation is pretty much a focus, but meditation is not necessarily a focus. This is where we start getting into we get into a different world altogether of language and symbolism. But there's a lot of things that one can tap into with a clarity and not looking for it. Not looking for it, one receives accordingly to. I will say it like this. This one's heart. Where's your heart? Truth itself is in here. Where's your heart? How open's your heart? How much are you giving? I give everything that I have. Everything I have is absolutely nothing. All I can do is offer you what I know for myself. We have this here, in here. Everything that you require is in here. All these, people speak about these gifts and so forth. I have no interest. When I come to, when I'm on my own, it's always different. When I come to my space, it is my space. It is my place. No one interferes with my place. When I'm there, this world means nothing. When I lose myself, I lose myself. Completely detached from all. What there is, everything that you can imagine is offered as an experience. I'm not after the experience. See, for myself, it's always been the knowledge of the experiencer, not the experience. And this here, that's what you're wearing at this moment, is your experience. When one acknowledges the experience and does not want anything to do with the experience, there is only the experiencer that is left. And for the short time that it is, the experiencer and the experience are one. Dull. Dull. The messages are all there. Everything has already been written. If one knows how to look, one will see. Dull. When we bring our focus to ourselves, and if you notice, I always ask for people to come to the focus of their heart chakra. Dull. When you bring your focus to your heart chakra, you're bringing your focus to your body, your vessel. And that's the whole purpose of it. When you bring your focus to your body, your focus, again, where focus goes, energy grows. If you're focusing on the world out there, you're lacking the energy of the body. The moment you bring your focus back to the body starts to receive the energy. The moment the body is, or the focus is on the body, that moment the detachment's already occurred, and that is where the connection can occur with those who are more aware of what is occurring. Oh, it is. Yeah, practice. Look, again, I struggle with a lot of words, and I'll accept the word for what it is. Practice, I suppose, is doing it constantly, being aware that one is doing it. Yes. You're saying being aware at the end of the day, always bringing yourself back to yourself. Yeah, I'm not seeing the because I'm looking StreamYard, so we don't see the responses. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, it's more than practice. It's finding out what it is the distraction. So we can meditate and say practice, but it's more about what is it what happens, what actually happens when you're aiming to meditate. Where does your mind go? Why is it going there? So that itself, meditation comes easy when you're not thinking. But if you're thinking, you have to find that point of why you're thinking it and what it is that's causing you to hold on to that thought. So this is where psychology itself, as much as psychology and spirituality can work hand in hand, they don't, because the terminology is all there is. It's your thought process at this moment, and you're overthinking things, aiming to achieve something. The main thing that you're required to do is just bring your focus to yourself. It's not about worrying about your thoughts. Be aware of them, but keep the focus. Keep your eyes open. That's the other way that you can do it as well. When your eyes are open, what you're doing is you're focusing on that which is in front of you and not in your head. And slowly, slowly, the more you get used to just being present, light a candle, have a nice picture on, or nice music with nice scenery on the TV in front of you, or your laptop, your phone, whatever. Put your focus onto that, and just keep it there. When you wander off in your mind, just bring yourself back to what you're looking with your eyes open. Try to match up Brooke or someone.
The what? What happened? Did I miss something?
Trying to match you up. No, I'm probably missing conversations.
Oh, okay. I'm open.
Grab his attention. We can go to Discord, or we can just stay here.
Yeah, I'm getting antsy. Then I turned on the heater. I'm getting cold feet, but then I worked out that I set all the ducted aircon on, and I didn't press start. Now I can feel it warming up. Now I'm getting hungry. I made this big. I had a pumpkin because I garden, so I got like a thing full of pumpkins, and I got this big pumpkin the size of my head, like massive one, and I put it in with like 3 onions, a whole thing of spinach, a whole bulb of garlic, stock cubes, and simmered it, and then just crushed it down. Then added the soup mix, and then a whole bunch of couple of bunches of asparagus that was on special. Yeah, and then I got sour cream to put a dob in, and Christian just went down and bought sourdough and rye bread. So
you know what chili powder over the top when you've put in your bowl. Chili powder over the top, just to lay over the top. Chili powder.
I put
works wonders.
I already put you know me. I didn't mention the chili because I put habaneros and like half a cup of chili powder in it to start with. That's just like.
Just try a little bit on top. It's very different because I add chili as well, like mine, but on the top of it, I always put chili powder on. And it just, for some reason, hey, look,
it's not a dare for me. Can always use more chili.
Hey, yeah, as I said, it just for me because it's not based on the blend itself. Because you've got everything blended, and that's separate to the blend, but it's still on top. So you don't mix it, and when you're spooning it up, you get it with the actual powder. So the texture itself changes as well.
Oh yeah, my brother buys me little like $30 bottles of chili sauce that are supposed to be like 12 million on the Scoville and all that. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them you can just put like a few drops in, and it's like you've chopped up or put a whole Carolina Reaper in one bowl, which I do sometimes. A lot of heat. Oh yeah.
I like my chili, but I have to admit that's one thing that Brooke will beat me on when it comes to the chili, because I go with the flow on that one. But at times I can go to that, and at times I just need to be down. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my base level compared to most people is up here. But
Well, question. You can take the question. I need a bathroom break anyway, so you take this one.
What's the question? Yeah, go. Tigudlos. Yeah, taking questions. What's the question? Oh yeah, Lynn. Sometimes, every once in a while, I just get the craving to make a mouth anesthetic, which means I'll get like a heap of Carolina Reapers and I'll make something that you just almost can't taste. But I just need that chili taste. Yeah. But when I cook for a lot of other people, I don't use chili at all. Why? Because there's no point. I can't taste it. It's not enough. So there's no point in me putting it in. But I lived here, Lynn. I lived in this one house, and because I've always been a big cook, and everyone in the house is like, "Oh no, I don't like chili. I don't like chili. I don't eat chili. Chili doesn't agree with me." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." So what I did is every time I cooked dinner, I'd put like a tablespoon of sweet chili sauce in it, and I'd do that for a couple of weeks, and then I'd do two. Then after a couple more weeks, then I'd just put a heap in, and I started adding chili powder. So before they knew it, they become chili eaters. They didn't even realize. They were like, "Oh!" Just one day they turn around and go, "Oh, this is a little bit spicy, but I like it." They didn't even know, man. And over time, I was just dosing up the chili in all the meals until they become like chili eaters. Does that mean? Yeah, she's a Pisces and you're an Aquarian. But there's so many other issues you can go into. If you're a Pisces, you male or female? I mean, you got to ask this day and age. Who knows? Because Pisces can be very loyal, but Pisces men can be extremely bad with money. It's about bringing everything into balance. She's an Aquarius. Aquarius are rebellers. I'm an Aquarius rising. I'm a rebeller. Type it in. There's some good sites you go. You type in Aquarian, Pisces male, Aquarian female, and then it will show you some basics of flow, and it can, and then you can go into Chinese. You can go to Chinese astrology, like I'm an ox. Oxes and monkeys get along famously. There's so many ways you can go about that, but at the end of the day, someone in balance is in balance, and it shouldn't make a difference. But you can look into that stuff, and it can show you pitfall. What you do is when you go into that, these two star signs, will this be a match? It can be helpful to go in. You just look for the pitfalls, like where you're going to fuck up, and be aware of them. Like years ago, I don't home brew anymore, but I used to do home. When I started doing home brewing, this is like about 10 years ago. I haven't done it in years. But I went to a guy at work that I knew that was right into home brewing. The first thing I said to him was, what are the main don'ts? Right? What are the main don'ts? And so when you go into those star signs and you're getting into a relationship, it's very wise to go and look at, okay, what are the main don'ts? Where's there going to be walls and conflict created? Just without thinking about it. And have a look at those areas. So you don't fall into those arguments or you fall into those areas. It can be a very... Then you can get into human design. There's another one, people. Look up human design. Find out if you're a manifester, a generator, or you can find out whatever you want. And find out what are your weaknesses. You can look for that. It will show you the little things where you self-sabotage. There's so many areas you can go on that. But at the end of the day, all those things, that's to do with the illusion of who we think we are. So if you want to go into the illusion, it can be useful, but that's the illusion of who we think we are. That's what we're trying to get away from. But you can, as I say, like, there's different healing modalities in normal medicine and spiritualism that I could say that, yes, that healing is totally on a superficial level, but sometimes we have to deal with things on a surface level. So it's not that you can what's your attachment to superficial? Okay, it's only surface level, but sometimes you're painting a car. Sometimes you're going to deal with a surface level. It's just a tool. How deep do you want to go? How far do you want to go into things? Everything serves a purpose. And that is like a little dolphin, isn't it? Yeah. So it depends on, what level you want to go there. Too good, low. But yeah, best things to do is find out if you're going to go into that sort of stuff. Personally, where I would look was like, where am I going to fuck up in dealing with her, and where her walls are created, because there can be little triggers. But maybe you could always learn the hard way and just start a relationship with her. Don't overthink. Did you say you wanted to go to Discord?
So I'm happy to go to Discord, happy to stay here. Maybe you can join us over in Discord.
Yeah, because I'm going to have some chill. I've been out and about all weekend. I'm going to have some chill time.
Yeah, no, I'm going to chill out in Discord. We are literally going to go chill out in Discord, people. So come and join us over there if you want to continue chatting. And over there, you will have to come and chat with me, so you don't have to type. You can. You have the option to come and say hello. Michelle, if you click on the link, it will take you there. Cindy's just posted it.
Here, I'll run the ad.
Now you've all heard the topic. Sorry, Brooke, I'm just going to go here. You've all heard the topic that we get into. That's what Discord is all about. So it takes you to a deeper. As you can see, I go to a deeper level than it's most of the times. Discord is about that. Yeah, we have our fun, as we always have fun here as well. So come over there. That is literally where we jump into our jammies and put on our tracksuit pants and go naked or whatever it is. That's our space.
And then mute Cindy when she when she starts snoring and falls asleep on Discord.
Yeah. Yep. And we do fall asleep we chat all night long. So come over. If you're interested, the link's there. Click it. We'll meet you in there. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Wait a sec. I'll do the ad for Discord just to give you people a visual.
Go for it.
Because I know you're a visual people. Have we got time? What is it? No, it's only 7. Okay.
Yeah, 7:30 here.
Is it? Oh, well, excuse me.
Yeah, you're behind me, remember? You're behind. Always trailing.
Oh, man, no. I'm in the now, mate. You're the one behind.
See, isn't it interesting? I'm in the now, you're in the now. We're both in the now. Everyone's in the now. This is the now. So, you go.
Okay. So, join us now, people. Bye.
See you.